The NXL World Cup, the biggest and most important event in the paintball world, and by far the hardest to win. 24 pro teams will take over the main stage and battle over 4 difficult days, but only one squad will earn the right to call themselves world champs. They win here, and your team becomes a legend forever.
Fire San Diego Dynasty exploding in celebration here, and big hugs. It's got to be Marcelo Margot, who's going to be getting that Golden Barrel MVP performance.
The stage is set for the most treacherous test of the year. New heroes could arise and favorites could fall as the best paintball teams in the world throw down in Orlando, Florida to see who will reign as the NXL World Cup champion.
We're on Xball, let's go! It's loading!
Listen up. Goal was Sunday. Second goal was get out of the quarters, which was to be top 4. We're now there. We're now considered one of the top 4 teams in the world, gentlemen. It's not enough.
The New Orleans Hurricanes, this is their first finals appearance. How are they going to react to this massive moment? San Diego Dynasty victorious yet again. Another come-from-behind victory for them. They had a couple on day 1 and they're great on day 2.
Those Hurricane guys brought it, man. They full court pressed us all over. They were probably played it the best out of any team on the entire weekend, I would say, on the Dorito side of the field, stacking extra bodies, getting them in there, getting past our guns, and still able to press the snake.
So San Diego Dynasty got through X Factor in a close 1-point match. They beat Legion, and then Hurricanes, the underdog story, go all the way into overtime.
You didn't believe before. Believe now. Believe in each other. Believe in the work that we put in together. Believe in the sacrifices that we've made to be here.
So we had a big, huge thunderstorm come through early morning hours. There was a flood warning, lightning as well too, so the city was not allowing the NXL. It was a forced delay because of the lightning, and so we had to move the pro games. They're going to be played in Atlantic City. Justin Rabakov is going to win this tournament for Legion.
One more, let's go. It's not over yet. One more.
Yeah, both these teams have just been through grinder brackets and almost complete dominance for Red Legion. They were beating up on everyone in the prelims. 2 wins in a row. Unbelievable performance for them here mid-season. They win Texas, and then they step up and take down an incredibly strong Chicago Aftershock squad.
Red Legion undefeated this week. Chicago taking down one of the best in San Diego Dynasty.
Believe in us, okay? We're supposed to be here, okay? Let's go.
San Antonio X Factor taking on Tampa Bay Damage. Congratulations to Tampa Bay Damage as they join the winner's circle this season.
This is where we want to be. This is what we work for. Let's see who's still standing when it's over. Let's run it till the wheels are off, boys. Because you guys are the most disciplined paintball team in the world.
1, 2, 3, shot!
I'm looking around and I'm seeing nothing but winners. I'm seeing nothing but winners.
The game of paintball is a fast-paced, high-intensity sport. But at its heart, the concept is simple. Shoot your opponents before you get shot, and then march down the field to victory. In the Major League Paintball Pro format, each team fields 5 players at a time. They have a buzzer on their side to protect. Hit the opponent's buzzer, win the point. En route to the buzzer, both teams will be locked in gunfights, utilizing diverse strategies while moving up a field full of bunkers, fighting to get into critical positions. And these strategies could change given the score and the time left on the clock. There's 15 minutes in regulation, and the highest point total wins the game. If there is a tie, then a 5-minute overtime period will be played. This is chess with guns, with no quarter given and no quarter requested. Welcome to Major League Paintball.
We're playing Aftershock right now. They're playing offensive pretty much everywhere, like the center, the D side and the snake side. They're shooting good off the break, so it's just good points, super tight points. We'll see how it goes. It's the second point, and we 0-2 right now.
Nothing lasts forever, and every season must come to an end. You must appreciate this finality, because the ticking timer of fate lends us a rare and potent focus. The last practice of the year, before the last event of the year, is here. The Major League Paintball World Cup is approaching, the titan of paintball tournaments. With it, a series of harsh trials where an elite performance could change your life. For all the teams training at Tiki's Paintball Park outside of Tampa, Florida, there is much at stake. But 3 of them, New York Extreme, the Tauntauns, and Red Legion, are in unique situations. For Extreme, this is their last chance at redemption, as they sit in last place. Just a year ago, they were a top 4 caliber team. But 2024 has been a year of injury, disappointment, and frustration. And they need to have the best finish of the season to avoid being relegated down to the semi-pro division, proving just how difficult the Major League Paintball Pro Division has become. Red Legion is looking to extend their Hall of Fame legacy. Though world champs 3 times, it's been 14 years since they took the title. But they've won 2 events this season, taken 3rd twice, and they have a big lead in the series title race. Out of the hundreds of teams playing this year, Red Legion will be the biggest favorite to win World Cup in any division. The Tauntauns have never won a professional event in the States. They are the most successful team ever from mainland Europe. They were the European champs last year. They lost a heartbreaking game at World Cup by 1 point to Dynasty in the semifinals, taking 3rd. This season, they were not able to put a win up in Europe, and they will be fighting in the bracket of death to make a Sunday appearance. 3 teams, 3 drastically different stories, with 1 gigantic event approaching. It's the last battle of the year, the World Cup.
Hey, call it. Call it.
I love you, but that's bullshit. Come on.
Bro, look at my leg, dude. Gonna get me hot all day, huh? That's what they want. Like, he bunkers the wrong bunker. I shoot him. He f***ing shoot me in the leg. I'm telling you, yeah, I'm telling you. You're gonna play like that? I will literally. No, I don't play that game. I'm telling you right now.
So it's not good to cheat the first point of the day. If you do get shot, bunker, wrong bunker, you probably shouldn't turn your gun back and do that. If you do, then it's bad, but then you should just let it go, right? Like, we won't complain and you won't. So what do you do? Continue playing paintball? No, I just said I'm sorry. That's all I can do. I can't do anything else. I'm sorry. Hopefully it will not happen again today.
Guys, and then we let the bacon fucking bullshit. You know, our backs are against the wall, and we put ourselves in this position. We have nobody else to blame besides ourselves. So really, it's just this. You know, it's the question is how much fight do we have left in us, and can we pull it out? You can make any excuse in the world, but in reality, you know, we're in a different place. I'm definitely not happy to be here, but I'm curious to see how we all act in this position. This is kind of where your true character is met, right? Like if everything's going well, it's super easy to, you know, be happy and, you know, moving along well, but when it's not going your way, your true character really comes out.
Yeah, you just got shot again. Bro, you're late. Time, man, right? I don't want to fucking hear, bro.
I'm being nice to you
Every
guys.
point you say someone gets shot, dude. Because you're every point.
I'm green lighting this motherfucker.
Okay,
I'm just being straight up with you.
That's the deal.
We can do that. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Take his out, boys. Oh.
The camera's out.
We get it. I feel fine now.
I do get frustrated, especially on a weekend like this where, you know, like I said, we are taking a beating, but there are lessons, so you gotta just keep rolling with the punches and find a way through it. It's a hard sport, man. This isn't for everybody, that's for sure. So, yeah, just happy to be out here.
Good day yesterday, right? Let's make it a better day today. Yes, sir. Better day tomorrow, and the best day Wednesday, and then we're ready for the right?
Try to get better control over the 100, trade off the jobs a little bit better, and just keep the connectivity going, right?
Yes, sir.
Bro, you have to put one in his neck, dude.
We're about to go against Tauntauns. We're about to play like 4 to 5 points, but they've been giving us, you know, pretty good whooping all weekend. We've played them first sets the past 2 days, and they've been putting it on us. They're playing the middle really, really well. Obviously, we're learning the field, and we don't care about winning practice. There's no championships out here, so we're just trying to take as much from the, you know, the lessons that everyone is giving us, including Aftershock, including Red Legion, including Tauntaun Scout yesterday. Like, we're just trying to take it all in. We're trying to play our best paintball. We're trying to play team paintball, because that's kind of what we've been lacking all season. So we're trying to really lock into playing team paintball on this field this weekend. So.
It's good. We came in Thursday to try to acclimate with the temperature, the weather condition, and the humidity in the air. Then it's good so far. We have like 3 sparing good team to play, so we are happy to be there. Actually, there is like a long snake. We were figuring out how to play it, if we have to play it aggressive or like slowly, or having like some tempo, attack defense. So, and we are also trying to figure out the Dorito how to play them, because you can play them both, offense or defense. So yeah, we are trying different stuff during the day, and I think that tonight we will be better on the field, because we tried everything on the field that we wanted to try, and then we will figure out what kind of style we want to adapt on the field.
We're still learning at the meta of the field. We're trying different stuff. We're not really sure what the meta will be. We're trying to play the snake a little bit more today, like more aggressive. And right now it's like noon, and we start thinking about like not attacking the center, but being center present. So this year we didn't get the bye because we finished second in Europe. So it's harder because you get to start in prelim. Plus we get a super hard bracket with Revo and Dynasty and Uprising and Blast. So there's no easy game. So we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Long road, long way to go.
Et si tu le fais pas et que tu attends là, tu laisses tout le snake aux autres. C'est pas bien joué tactiquement là. On va se faire un point là, ça tient pas du tout la route. Hey, in the head!
On the side of his left side of his goggles.
Flashcard! Flashcard! Alpha!
Ouais, bien ouais, je dis ouais.
Ah bah c'est exactement le film que j'avais. Moi je veux tuer en fait, il joue Tava.
I do think about X Factor. I do miss them already, and I wish them the best luck. We're still texting every day, so we'll see how it goes. I hope we don't get to play each other too early in the tournament, but I hope we do at some point.
Snake two, Sergey! Snake two! Snake two! Kill one! Kill one! Kill one!
Hey, we are at Tiki's. That's our home field for the past 2 seasons, actually. And we are right after the crazy hurricane, second hurricane that came and stroked this area nearby to Tampa. And actually, all what you can see here now has been flooded. So there was a water level right over here like 2 weeks ago. So Tiki has made a great job for rebuilding everything, making sure that the water is pumped away, and this enormous amount of teams are having a chance to practice before the biggest competition of the season. Right now, altogether here, 5 fields. Crazy. No, X Factor, I think тренируются на своих плоских площадках, у них точно так же там делают. Ну, Лёх, ну когда мы расстановку настроим, что понятно. And us as number 14 all together in the same round, and this way all of the teams are having the best looks. They can go through the defensive games, they can go through the European style, they can go through the American East Coast style and West Coast styles. Seriously, 3 different looks, the way how this field's supposed to be. Сейчас против нас они точно так же играют.
То есть получается, это ты, а Джастин стреляет, получается, вот сюда вот. То есть сюда мы сейчас не стреляем.
То есть, по сути, у нас 4 человека выполняют зеркальную работу.
Почему? Смотри. It is the final event. Some people are saying that we already won the season, but it's the trap that we really understand psychologically could happen to us, and we are working around that. Because like this season, it means a lot, to be honest, especially after that ups and downs that we have been through for the past couple of years. Right now, we feel the power, and we understand that the success, the final success for the perfect season is just a step aside, just somewhere really close, because this is the formula, and mostly this is the formula about the mechanics inside of it. Physics, we're working on that more than anybody else, and we're pretty much sure that the skills are there. But skills, not everything. You must have like something more, some sauce to connect people and make them feeling like they're playing every other match as a final match. And that's what we are working right now, mentally mostly. You can't run the team just a single season. You must understand that the plan's usually built for 5 years minimum. So that's why you understand that some of the veterans who can be great in 2 years not going to be great because of the age and all of that. Not taking anything away from the Dynasty. Those guys just getting better and better, like French wine, right? But that's the sports, and sports is a cruel, it's natural selection. The younger guys will shine in 2 years. Like in our program, we hope those guys gonna be shining much quicker, because finally, with help of Tikis and local community guys, we managed to get those guys who live nearby, who can visit the process, training routines, get the team logics, get the team rules, and with everything, this in their hearts and in their muscle memory, it's gonna be the next level for the Red Legion team, like maybe even next season. So I've been here last time, May. I left this area in June, but our kids keep practicing over here. I come this time in the end of October, and I saw the growth. It's amazing. What Jake is doing, what JMO is doing, also fantastic. So what Ivan, the new guy from, everybody knows him as Seabass, joining us also in the end of the springtime. All of those kids are sucking everything as a sponge, and we're super happy that all of that is local, with local talents, and in such kind of a fantastic infrastructure that Tikis are providing to us.
No, you meant our monster, not our Yankee. It's all good, bro. It's all good. We have to keep our heads on swivel more.
My perspective is Heck jumped in there and shot 3 dudes, right? Shot 2 guys in the middle, called both of those kills, and then got their snake eye on the field, leaving us with 4 bodies left against their 2 bodies. Am I missing anything here?
We lose Thomas.
Thomas on the break.
Yeah,
so giving us 3 bodies against their 2 bodies.
Oh, I know.
And now, in that situation, what do we do?
Yeah, well, we still got we have 2 guys on 1 dude there. We've got to create from that, right? Because literally it was a rocket all day, and we had the opportunity. Instead, Jerry dives out of snake 3 and just gets flipped back, right? We got to be better than that.
Guys, can we be ready to play the tauntauns in 10 minutes? It's French.
Oh, man.
Wow. Started that point strong. You finished kind of poorly there, Nick. No, you started strong. I saw those 2 kills.
We've only talked about this 7,000 times.
Yeah, so we're wrapping up this weekend as strange weekend because like we expect that our guns gonna be productive, but our guns were not productive. The Wednesday repetition, the final test at the NXL fields with the NXL paints to see where finally our guns are shooting at, yeah? So, and after that, we can wrap up the whole process because it's not ending right now. Because like we're making steps, we learn like things A, B, C, and right now we're only in B. And we need to finalize like C and D elements of that layout and of our concept of the game over here.
But the journey is just begun when you get to that level. And as quick as you guys are running over here and the yes or no now and doing what we ask you is amazing now. But the longer you can kind of keep that ego in check and just take in the information and just go out and do what's asked of you, the better and better you'll get. At some point, we all get to that point where we're like, listen, I'm as good as this. You can't get better than I am, right? Obviously. And we want you to be confident, right? But as soon as you get to that level, that whatever your curve you're on, just flat right the fuck out. And it gets really hard to learn new shit, right? At this level, you get lots of new shit. Take it all in and just try to keep that ego down, okay? Thank you guys. Sir. Thanks, Rich. Yeah, you guys are doing really good. Keep it up, please. Thank you.
Welcome back here. 2024 Major League Paintball, the World Cup, biggest event of the year, going down on center courts Friday, day 2 of the prelim battles. It's going to be the Ironmen taking on the ML Kings and Revo taking on Uprising. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Nick Sloviak from Chicago Aftershock and Paintball Hall of Famer Rich Telford. So, Nick, we'll start with you. Ironmen played pretty well yesterday, and that's a team that used to play on not too long ago, and they're taking on the ML Kings. Ironmen undefeated through 2, ML Kings 1-1. What do you think about this battle?
I think the Ironmen have the upper hand with the amount of passion and heart that they played with yesterday and guys stepping it up. Tom Guest had a phenomenal day yesterday and pulling out some low-body situations. Zach Geiger did really well in the snake. Omar was kind of all over the place. Kyle Nicolaus has been super solid for them on the Dorito side. I think they're going to have a good game here. But on the flip side, you can't be overconfident and write off the ML Kings.
Yeah, the ML Kings had a really good game against Impact yesterday. They lost in overtime and then won in overtime against New York Extreme.
Yeah, and they should have won. They should have won that game against Impact. There was a 5-on-3.
Yeah.
Donaldson was kind of standing over the snake. He could have went, and Harris closed it out through the center and took the last 2 guys out. But had they done that 5 seconds before, Donaldson could have sprinted in, hit the buzzer, and they win 4-3. No overtime needed.
Yeah.
So
it was that close.
Yeah.
They needed about 5-10 more seconds.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
or just again, you don't need that time. You just need to act.
Yeah,
in the time that you have
that's
left.
true. Good point. So also in this set, Revo and Uprising, both teams went 1-1 yesterday, and Revo making every Sunday except for at the last event, so playing with some fire. Had a little bit of a rough go of it in their loss against the Tauntauns. Tauntauns 1-1 yesterday, and then Uprising also played pretty solid. Good win against the Tauntauns, and then they lost in a close game to Dynasty.
Yeah, Uprising looked real good yesterday. Uprising is playing their style of paintball. They get to those 5 key bunkers that they really like. They settle down. They communicate well. They play good team ball and just try to force you to make mistakes against them.
Got to jump into point number 1, day 2. Who's going to win this battle? Is it going to be Ironmen? Is it going to be ML Kings? On the breakout, looks like both teams going up the middle a little bit and a good crossfield spread. Disaster strikes for the ML Kings as they lose 2 bodies here on the break. It is a 5-on-3 situation in favor of the Ironmen.
Yeah. And Harris Hussein takes a bounce out of back center for the ML Kings. Nobody looking snake side now for the Kings. Harris switches to come back this way. 5-on-3 advantage here early in this first point for the Ironmen.
Yeah, that was some good off the break shooting and a really good job of holding that lane into the snake.
Zach Geiger's flying down the snake on his belly, just crawling down as fast as he can. I think they got the call that there's no one on this side of the field, so he's going to push up, get the cross shot on Harris and the Hertz Tower.
Yeah, potential 2-pack here to close for Geiger, and he hasn't shot that second one yet, but they have 3 kills.
Harris used his body to protect his other player there. It was very valiant of him to do that. 5-on-2 here, 5-on-1 as the Kings are about to lose their last guy.
Kyle Berry.
Yeah,
Kyle Berry running gunning.
A name we say very often when ML Kings are losing points as the last guy, Kyle Berry. And nothing he could do in that situation. Full swarm of Ironman bodies heading down the field, and that's about as good as a point as it's going to look out here.
Yeah, and they look crisp. They're awake.
Yeah,
That's
you could
what
hear from
wanna
the pit
see.
that they were awake.
Yeah.
They were very awake in the pit.
So, good first point by the Ironmen. Good job by those off-the-break shooters. Whether that was Amar heading up the middle or it looked like he made it.
It was Omar.
Yeah,
Amar,
that was Omar.
Yeah. So
Nick Blau on the
not by
top,
Amar.
Geiger on the bottom. They were pushing through all three aspects of the field.
Well, and the Ironmen have been all over the place as far as their placing throughout the year. 14th, 3rd, 20th, 9th. So it's been a topsy-turvy year for this new look for that new Ironman squad. Okay, jumping into this first point here with Revo and Uprising. Revo going to be on the red side, Uprising on the blue side.
Caleb Abel, I thought, played well for Revo yesterday.
Caleb Abel's in the running so far for best move of the prelims.
Oh, you commentator Kirsten, boys.
Well, I didn't say played well today.
Each
I said
team
played
losing
well.
a body on the break.
Yeah.
Revo going to get a body checked out on the Druta side. He is alive.
Yeah,
overhead view on your screen right now.
Well, a great kill for Revo because they just shot Nate Schrader.
Yep.
And when you play Uprising right now, ideally you would love to shoot Nate off the break.
4-on-4 here. Yeah, I think yesterday watching Revo, Cody and Abel were the kind of the standouts. So they need a couple other guys to kind of step up and contribute a little bit more today.
Yeah, and again, courtesy of Pate Smith Law, $5,000 going to be given out to the best individual performance in a move on Sunday, and $500 for the prelims. And again, he is a law firm that specializes in representing you against your insurance company and property claims. So any of these natural disasters that affected you, Pate Smith is your guy. And it looks like
God's work.
Doing God's work for sure. So it looks like Mark is in the snake in snake 3, and Revo's going to bump a body out with Cody Mikowski. So
Nice
fluid
fill.
on that move.
Really good fill to the corner, Matt.
Yeah, he's a pretty good player, huh?
Yeah,
I mean,
Nick Sloviak's brother-in-law. True story.
That's why I'm up here, so I know I can get my jabs in. No, he's been playing really well. He's especially in having an old teammate, Elliot Weaver, who's in the back center, and Caleb Abel. All three of those guys are Midwest guys, have played together.
That's a powerful three-person combination too, right?
Yeah, and as Elliot fills out now, and you got to give a slight advantage to Uprising, although I don't know that I like they have two bodies in that mini wall on the Dorito side. And that could get pretty dicey because Revo is now up in the Dorito 4, Dorito 5, almost at the 50 on the other side of the field. You're looking at Uprising, that's Cole Scott.
Yeah, they're just afraid to go past that next gap, right?
I apologize, I said the wrong name.
That's okay. We all make mistakes.
Really good comms for Uprising right now.
Yeah, I just don't like how defensive their posture is. And again, Nick's right with those two guys in that wing over there. Like, you can't see a lot of the field from there. So basically, you got 4 little zones that are cut off right now. There's not a lot of pressure in the backfield.
Oh, I'm with you on all that. It's just nice that they're actually talking to each other to try to neutralize some of the disadvantage that they're currently in.
Yeah, and Rich brought
They
that
better
up
be
right
talking
away.
to each other.
Yeah, but that's been one of their strengths.
Yep.
They've had a core group of guys for a long time, and you could say that they've had some pretty topsy-turvy.
Oh, Uprising?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but the good thing for them is that they're on the upward swing. They made their first Sunday at the last event. They looked outstanding until they ran into damage, and Joey Blowout had him up here, and he said that was our hardest game. We went undefeated, and we won the tournament, and playing Uprising to even get deep into Sunday, that was our hardest match.
If you play Uprising in their style of paintball, which is just get to 5 spots and just see who wins gunfights after that, you have a good chance of losing. Right, if you don't play your style against them and you allow yourself to play their style, you have a big disadvantage. They could beat any team.
You're absolutely correct on that one, Rich. And right now, both teams are kind of filling each other out. Revo is across the 40-yard line with Elliot Weaver, and it's got to be Frank Antetomaso, I think, over there. I could be wrong. Cody Mikowski.
Frank has been going that way.
Yeah, Cody Mikowski in the snake corner. They do have a body, Revo, in the Hertz bunker, looking at the snake player for Revo right there. And there's Sean Saucedo. Dude, shout out to the people down below because they know what I'm trying to say, and they give me the shot. So I know who that is. It's Sean Saucedo over there. Probably could be backed up by Frank.
Yeah, Sean's in a really good spot. At least Uprising has that back corner Dorito, the Dorito 1. Just keeping outside containment on the D side is crucial. If you're in set on that side and your opponents get up and they don't have to worry and they can wrap around with a little bit more freedom to get those inside shots, that's huge on this field.
Yeah, and this might be, this is probably the longest point. You guys
we saw 7.5
7
minutes.
points, yeah.
7.5 minutes yesterday.
Ooh.
In the Tauntauns match.
Yuck.
And it was an Uprising game.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Revo right now is playing Uprising style of paintball. This is where Uprising has the best chance of winning in these long, slow, low-pointed matches.
Yeah, Revo is now repositioned. They're in the Dorito 4 and Dorito 5, or however you want to look at it over there. Both Doritos before the 50.
Little retreat here for Uprising.
Yeah, I like that. I like this move now by Elliot, though, to crawl around. They can identify where that body is. because this is where the exchange is going to happen over here on this side. Uprising did get out of that mini wall, and they've gotten into the Dorito corner, but the proximity between these players here on the snake side is going to cause a violent reaction.
One way or the other.
Yeah, well, Weaver's in a really good spot now. He's past the 50-yard line. They've had Sean Salcedo in D4 for a while, and just a good offensive look for Revo cross field. The issue is Uprising is really good in these moments, and they're good at crossing it up, making those defensive plays work out.
Yeah, this is their style of paintball. This is Uprising 101.
And they've now moved into the Hertz Tower, and I don't know that anyone on Revo is aware of that. And that could be curtains for Caleb here if he decides to come up on the inside. He does have a shot on that tower.
Elliot, right?
This is Weaver.
Yeah, what did I say?
Caleb.
Caleb? Sorry,
Caleb's in the
Caleb.
back.
It's okay.
Or no, Caleb's not out here.
Yeah, he got a shot on the break.
So, yeah, and what Mark is doing is just basically like, hey, I might not kill a lot of people, but they're not going to come to our side of the snake. And if they do, I'm going to trade out with that guy.
Right.
And anything above that is a bonus, right? That's, to me, it's just really good, solid, basic snake paintball over
And now that Weaver is past the 50, he can engage with Mark down the sideline. He's playing pretty defensive with this real estate that he has, but he definitely does not know that Hertz can is hot. But I don't know the Hertz can knows he's there either, because he hasn't pumped any paint towards this lane.
Yeah, well, I mean, Elliot hasn't given his position away. He crawled around, and he's stuck to the tape.
Yeah, if Elliot looks inside and shoots at the Hertz bunker, then he's very vulnerable to get run down.
Yeah, and Cody's in an okay spot to defend him, but, like, you have to hard wrap that can to stop the highway move, which is jumping over the beam and coming down. So you're looking at those guys on your screen right now. Now there's Sean Saucedo looking like he's going to make a move past that Dorito into the 50.
Yeah, this is a 4.5-minute point so far, and only 2 bodies have died.
Yeah, 1 per side.
Bet those guys are hating life right now.
Well, good for Uprising to make them a couple moves to get into that Hertz.
Yeah,
power.
And it shows the containment wasn't very good, right, on that side of the field, because they should have fought really hard to keep them in that little mini wing and never get outside of that tape.
Yeah, and another tactical retreat here in the snake for Uprising, and they have 2 bodies in the snake, so if Elliot gets eliminated, it's going to be a lot tougher for his teammate Cody behind him to get into the snake to keep the pressure on.
Well, the less points you play,
They just figured out that they killed the body, and that it's 4-on-4.
Yeah.
And now, because of that backup, he sees that the Dorito 50 is hot. So, yeah, really good communication by Uprising. And just hearing the difference between the 2 teams. Like, Revo's yelling bunker names and positions. Uprising's having conversations about kills and where people are and who's shooting which way.
Weaver's looking inside now. Weaver's looking inside to try to see if he can get an angle, and he does have a little bit of a shot on the back of that Hertz brick from there, but not much. Weaver's going to launch, and he runs right into Graham Arnold's gun. Great control. He was not able to trade out with Mark. Tough move.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
I love it. He didn't make a shot.
He just didn't hit the guy. And go get a shout out to Elliot though too, because had he had shot, there's a chance he could have got a penalty on that.
Yeah, good that he didn't pull the trigger. Great job by Graham Arnold to keep control of that.
But they were
side.
set up for that, right? That's their game plan. We were saying great move. Like, you just threw away your body in an even body situation.
Well, yes, you're not wrong too. But Mark, that little tactical retreat he did was crucial right there.
And the fact that he's in the snake, so he's got that outside cut. If he's in the corner, Elliot doesn't make that move.
But I'm also surprised that he didn't. I can't believe he didn't get a shot on somebody.
We got a body dropping.
33 boys.
Side, so now, yeah.
This is a heck of a match.
Looking at Saucedo is now past the 50 onto Uprising side of the field.
Cody comes from the snake corner to snake 2, probably out of paint.
Yeah.
There's 1 on this tape for Revo, and there's 2 on this tape for Uprising. Uprising should probably take advantage and go forward, trade out with Cody, and win the battle on this tape.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where Graham's got to tell his guy to get down the snake.
To go, yeah. But again, that's not their style. Their style is to sit back, cross it up, wait till everybody's dead, and then go get that flag.
Yeah, and they're in the positions they're at in the snake, it's pretty juicy to be able to prevent any further movement down the field on the Dorito side.
Oh, it's real juicy.
Yeah, the juice is worth the squeeze.
Well, Frank's up and on his feet right now, not feeling any pressure cross field or in front of him, blocking everyone out, using the bunkers downfield, and thinking about his next move.
Yeah, and
he's
Graham can't see Borromeo, so it makes it tough. But look at this. Smart move. He recognizes that his guy is going down the snake. He's going to take this next spot.
Yeah. I don't love this style of paintball, but I love the way they play this. They play it really, really well.
They do.
I have a lot of respect for them.
Yeah, so Revo now trying to shoot a bounce shot off of the South Electronics tower into the snake.
Where's the third Revo body?
He did back up.
Okay.
But into the, let's see.
It's both those Doritos, right?
It was. So Saucedo's in the blue Dorito, and Frank had backed up behind him. but I can't see him anymore.
Cody's got to stay alive over here for Revo.
He does.
Cody dies, his point's over.
Yeah, Cody's popping the top from Snake too. Also not feeling any pressure because if you're just watching the field for the first time, the 50 is outset and it's a soft corner. So you can use that 50 if you have even with the body and the Snake to get a little creative.
Yeah, it's tough. Like you almost have, in a situation like this, you have no choice but to kind of play over the top because you can't see anything. And I like this move up by Cody.
Cody can't trade here, though. He can only kill and stay alive. If he trades,
he could run them both
giving up
down
the
now.
point.
Battle going down here on your screen in the Snake with Cody and Mark. And Mark's wrapping around. He's going to run through and try to trade out with Cody. Cody begging for a penalty. And he's going to get it. Minor penalty. That's going to pull out Graham Arnold. That's going to turn it into a 2-on-1 now in favor of Revo. Devastating penalty here for Uprising on the rookie, Mark Minerman. Yeah, so this is the problem. When you play slow points and you don't play a lot of points, each point becomes more important. And if you drop, this happened to the Tauntauns yesterday against Uprising. Uprising won the 7.5-minute long point. Now, how long was that one? This one was even longer, a little over 10-minute long point. And Revo is going to go up 1-0 with 4:42 left to go, I believe.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I don't know, it's tough.
Well, Uprising played their style of paintball for 90% of that match, right? Then they switched their styles, went kind of into the Revo style, went to the attack mode, weren't able to kind of pull it off, and that's where they failed.
Yeah, I mean, both players on either team didn't hit their shot.
Yep.
And then on this side of things, Elliott didn't pull the trigger, didn't get a penalty. Uprising did pull the trigger.
Got the penalty.
And Cody definitely,
he
sold it to the ref.
Yeah. Well, and he took, Mark took a couple extra steps, right?
He did. And had Cody been shot, that would have been a major.
Yeah, it would have been red and yellow. Ironmen, 2 at home, 2 snake side, 1 D side, 5-on-5 breakout.
Yeah, both teams stacked in the center. Harris Hussein making the move out for the Kings up to the wedge.
I tell you, people underestimate how fast Harris is. When you see that explosive speed leaving from that back center, go that center wing, it's very impressive.
Everyone leads him too far, right?
Yeah.
And then he pulls the parachute and he slows down. You're like, oh, I shot too far ahead of him. He's back. Oh, by that time he's already in the bunker.
So good position here in the Snake and Snake 3 and up the middle for the ML Kings.
Kyle goes into the Hertz bunker for the Ironmen, round the corner. Into that Hertz bunker.
That's been his spot.
Yeah, I like that spot. You can see 4 or 5 different spots. You can put pressure on those guys. You can communicate. It's a really good command position.
Yeah, and if people play sloppy inside, you'll dink them out.
They'll pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can control. You can dump the Snake. You can dump your take. You can dump the middle. You can talk. Good spot for like someone who communicates really well. Quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, they also Ironmen were able to get Henry Sense out of doubling up that back center.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
And then also get Geiger up into Snake 3, and then here comes...
Is that Azevedo?
Yeah, Azevedo getting into Snake 4.
Nice. NorCal kid came up in the DMG program. Getting some spins.
Now
like
he's on
to see
a Florida
that.
team.
Huh?
Now he's on a Florida team.
Yep. Tells you how well paintball is going in Northern California.
And he shoots out Henry.
Yeah, Azevedo getting that crossfield kill.
Good job, Azevedo.
It's also a little tough this morning in the first couple sets with the glare looking from the D side to the Snake side.
For sure.
Especially when you're on the Ironman side looking towards the ML King side, because that's where that sun is starting to rise.
Yeah. Omar fills the Snake for the Ironman. So Ironman with 2 in the Snake, 1 in back center, 1 in the Hertz bunker. 4-on-5 advantage here for the ML Kings as Azevedo is looking to go forward. Kings fill out to the G corner. We've got Harris Hussein up the center. So 2 in the middle, 2 in the Snake, 1 on the D side for Kings. Ironman with 2 in the Snake, 1 at home, 1 in the Hertz bunker. Crucial second point in this match.
Yeah, things have definitely slowed down here quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, it started yesterday in set 1, but then it picked back up and was not a slow day of paintball, but there's so much at stake right now. Yeah. I mean, the Ironmen, again, yeah, they're 2-0, but with the kind of the up and down year they've had, every point's important. The ML Kings definitely need to have a good performance here, and they looked good yesterday. So we're kind of already seeing a little bit of Sunday paintball because we're at World Cup, and only 2 teams from each of the 4 brackets move on.
Yeah, no wild card.
Yeah.
No wild card.
And I feel like this field, being kind of a traditional field, you can play it fast or you can play it slow. You've got the choices. If you want to play it slow, you got to get to some key spots first. If you want to play it fast, you have the opportunity on the D side, Snake side, or up the gut.
Correct. But this is the thing you want to preach to everybody. It doesn't matter what level you're at. As you get to your spots, you live, you communicate.
Yep.
You know, and
you try to get the other guys to die.
Yeah. Yeah, you make whoever makes the fewest mistakes will persevere.
That's what it comes. That's the difference between the middle of the pack teams and the top teams is the fewer mistakes made. Good comms by the Ironmen. Got Geiger and Amara talking over here on the snake side. Kyle kicking information from the D side across. And again, I think that as the day continues, we might just see more and more of these slow points. Especially if you got a field layout where you can get 5 guys alive to on both spots, those can be long points.
Yeah, that's the key, though, is getting the 5 alive, because this is a bloodbath field on the break. It's not so much the snake, but even though we have seen, Kyle makes his move into the D3 position. Might have got clipped from Azevedo. Nope. Looks like he's good to go, so Azevedo just missed that shot.
Yeah, he needs to work on some drills.
And that's the small things right there. Missing that shot puts you into 5-on-3.
With no one on that side of the field.
No one on that side, right? Tom Guess is the only one looking that way. The only one that can feel that way.
I did like the way he retreated after he missed that shot, because he kind of gave away his position.
I don't like it, though. If anything, he should have stayed there, and you're up a body. If you can
try that with Geiger.
Well, but Geiger might come if he knows that he's there, but he's got Overwatch with Harris in the middle.
Yeah, and now...
And then that's what happened, because you sucker Geiger into the move. You get the free kill on Geiger. Great job and good zone control from Harris Hussein.
Well, you said this earlier, right? It's a soft 50 snake, and that Revo point before this, getting to that 50 allows you to have the shot that Azevedo.
Yeah, and what that means is soft snake or soft corners is that they're in set. The 50 is the outset bunker. You can't gunfight your mirror once you dip into the snake until you get to the 50-yard line. Then you can gunfight. So that protects you, but it also gives you less information of where your opponents are.
Yeah.
And that's why having that Overwatch in the middle has been pretty crucial. A lot of the teams that are playing well here are mixing it up quite a bit in the middle.
And the nice thing about having Harris in that position is we get to hear him talk smack after he shoots the guy. I don't know if you guys heard that or not.
Oh, he knew his.
Oh, he missed the shot on Kyle again.
And guess what? He retreats again.
Harris is going to see if he can get that shot. Moving up to the center brick.
Smart move. Harris wraps around the wedge. Tom Guest gets taken out from the back center. So
5-on-2.
Five bodies on 2. Kyle says, I'm just going to go forward. But they see that move.
Azevedo's going to get a free kill on Amara.
He doesn't know Amara's there, man.
Oh, God. He doesn't know
He should be able to hear him.
Well,
yeah, he's got him. Surprise.
So he chicken wings Omara, and then Harris Hussein's going to get the kill on Kyle.
Ooh. He can put some extra on this.
He's making a name for himself.
Yeah,
well, if you're going to do it, well, Omara's the guy that likes to punish people too. So if a guy's going to catch some extra and you see that Omara on the back as you come around the corner, he might be the guy you might give a couple extra.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, if you give, you receive.
Yeah, because if it was like Yosh in there, maybe Yosh gets one.
Yeah, if that.
But I mean, I've seen Amaro's a legend in this game. He's been, dicing people up for 15 years now. So, but I've seen him punish people in those situations before Nick is raising his hand.
Yeah, I've been punished by him.
Yeah,
come on, dude.
He's
he tried to beat me up once at a practice.
So, yeah,
kid's out of control.
if you're the roof, didn't he try to beat you up that one time?
Started pumping. I wasn't wearing my goggles. Starts pumping the ground in front of me with no goggles, just blowing up paint in my face, and I was like,
"You are twice his size."
What am I supposed to do in this situation?
Punch you in the face.
I was like, I feel like crushing you.
All right, here we go. Point number 2 between Baltimore and Revo, who lose one body on the Dorito side.
Immediately fill that side, though.
Yeah.
It looks like Adams is taking the walk, but Frankie and Tomaso filled over there for him.
Big moment for Uprising. They can't drag out another long one here and lose it, or they will lose this game and go 1-2.
4-on-4, Maddie. Uprising losing their first player from that little wing on the D side. Oh, Frank taking the walk. 4-on-3 advantage now for Uprising as they attack into D3.
Tough death for Frank Antetomaso. He comes off that D side, and here comes Uprising. So they have the outside containment as they dive into D4, and then now they're going to get some movement up the middle as well, too, with Nate Schrader, and he's going to try to get a shot on Weaver. Not able to do it, so great fill by Weaver to try to get outside a little bit more wide on that D side to get to that Hertz tower as Bowen makes his move into Snake 3.
Yeah, that's stuff you can't allow to have happen when you're up bodies.
Nope.
And you've eliminated the entire side. And that sounded almost like a little lapse in communication from Uprising, Rich, because they're usually really good at that. And granted, things are a little different here because the pits are on the end zones.
Offside, yeah.
And so it can be tough to see those people walk off. But if you're a professional, it's your job to know who's playing in front of you, and if they're walking past you, call that out.
3-on-3 here, boys?
Yeah. Snake 3. The center wedge and the mini wall for Uprising on our left.
I think Uprising has a body in D4.
No, you're right. They're right there on your screen.
Yeah. Awesome, thank you.
Shout out to the people down below.
Nice work, Webb. So 4-on-3 advantage here for Uprising. Down a point.
I don't know that he knows that Benny Carroll's in the center.
I don't think he does either.
Shoot him in the pack right now.
It's one of those things where you just have
no
oh, look at this. Where you just have to assume that he's there, right? You always assume that that's hot.
Yeah, Eaton codes and trays with Weaver. That leaves no one on the D side for either squad. Yeah. Nate's jumping over the top. It's a 3-on-2 situation in favor of Revo. Nate not feeling any pressure at all, and neither is Mark. Mark's going to launch on the highway.
Yeah, I don't know if they know if Benny's there or not, Maddie.
Yeah, Mark's got to be careful.
Oh, he got him with his first 2 shots. Mark, amazing shot there. Benny tried to Matt Jackson him.
Yeah,
still get shot.
Really going to open things up here. 3-on-1 situation in favor of Uprising to try to tie this one up. Beautiful job by Mark. Bowen is trying to scurry forward, and he's going to get tapped out, begging for a penalty. Nate Schrader not going to get it, but they are going to get the point. It's going to be a tie ball game with 2 minutes and probably about 20 seconds left by the time Graham hits that buzzer.
This is a good match.
Yeah, it is.
I'm liking this. That first point was a little slow, but it built the drama. Now we got a 1-point match with 2 minutes left. Come on, man. Welcome to Friday morning World Cup, baby.
This is what happened in the Tauntauns game, too. So, but then Uprising won that one. So we will see. Again, different situation, though, as Uprising was the team that went up early, and now they're coming back. So, yeah, very dramatic game here to start out day 2 of the prelims. 1-1, the score. Revo, Uprising, both teams need a win as they lost yesterday. And, again, as we were just talking with Nick here, it's tough here at Cup because 20 teams in the prelims, 4 get the bye to the top 4 teams in the world, 3 from here in the States, and then the European champion Scalp. We're going to see them both later today. But ideally you want to go, undefeated 3-1. I don't know if 2-2 is going to be enough here at this event.
It probably will be for
mathematically. There are some teams
some brackets.
New York Extreme, if everything goes right, can still get in by 2-2.
Possible. I'm just trying to build the drama, Rich.
Yeah, me
build
too.
The drama, Rich.
Me too.
All right, 5-on-5 right now between the Uprising, the ML Kings and the Ironmen.
Oh, taking the walk early, those Geiger. 4-on-5 advantage here for the Kings as Azevedo goes from snake 1 to snake 3, looking inside. Ironman still with 2 at home. Got to watch out for that as Azevedo puts pressure on home. It's real hard to live with 2 bodies in there. Omar gets out to the snake insert. Good fill.
Yeah, good fill out by Henry as well. Kyle Nicolau already in that Hertz bunker.
Yeah, he just lives there. He lives in the Hertz bunker. He's paying rent there. All the males going there. Good columns from both teams.
Yeah, lots of yelling codes and communication going on for both squads right now, but a 1-body advantage here for the ML Kings. Let's see what they can do with it in this tie game. A little bit more time left in this one, though. 7:46 still on the clock.
Yeah, and you have to give the Ironmen a little bit of advantage here, right? Just have a lot more experienced players.
Well, that's what I'm interested.
Yeah, Kings have definitely been playing well, kind of above their ability.
Yeah, that wasn't going through my head right now. It's like, the burden is on the ML Kings. They have the body advantage. The score is tied. Like, how are they going to close this point out?
Yep.
Letting Omara get into the snake and not contest him. I don't like that.
And are they going to do the Uprising and just try to sit in these 5 key spots and force the Ironmen to come in and die? Or are they going to try to do the Revo and get to a point where they just start releasing and coming down the field?
Yeah, and it really looks like they're kind of dug in, right? Like
it
outside
does.
of this
it's
move,
very defensive.
Corner, which is a decent move to get wide. They're not doing much.
Listen, anytime you see Harris Hussein in the back center, you know it's a defensive posture.
I think that's Peterson.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Peterson.
Okay, I was like, I made you look.
It's Peterson. And it's medium Peterson. It's not skinny Peterson. It's not fat Peterson. It's like medium Peterson.
I didn't know there was a distinction.
That's my favorite Peterson. Because he's young and fast, still hungry. Oh, Kyle getting the walk. 4-on-3, 5-on-3 advantage now for the Kings.
Yeah,
this
looking
is huge.
Real good for the Kings. Peterson releases from that back center, goes up the middle to the wedge. Here comes Kyle Berry. He's going to dive into that D2 position to get that outside containment a little bit.
Yeah, Kyle moves really well. Tom Guest, what he did yesterday really well was a lot of time getting out of that home bunker. And I'd like to see him get out of the home bunker a little bit earlier because once he loses Kyle over there, it gets really hard to get back out of there defensively.
100%. They need, and now they need to concede.
Yeah, 5-on-2, just save the time.
Smart concession from the Ironmen, overwhelming superiority from the numbers, and that had to happen to preserve that time. Down by 1 now.
Yeah, I was going to completely agree with you on that, Rich. Like, the story of the Ironmen's success yesterday was Tom Guest getting out of the back center and getting involved in the game, getting down the field, pulling off some low body situations from that mini wall, but like again, out of the back center. That is like probably the bunker of death.
Yeah, especially if you lose your Dorito side, because if you lose your Dorito side and you allow them to fill up and they have that outside containment, man, it gets real rough.
Real rough.
Real rough in that back center.
Real rough, real fast. Well, you can see yesterday when Harris was playing, the whole bunker is leaning forward. Like, you can tell how much pressure those guys are getting. Yeah. They're not even shooting their guns.
But I also agree, Tom had so much success releasing. His timing was impeccable yesterday. He had some really nice moves. But 2 unanswered now for the ML Kings.
Well, and Tom tried to get out of there, but he waited until after Nikolai was dead, so it was harder than it should have been.
So point number 3 right now. Nate Schrader getting checked out by the ref. Both Snake players over here getting asked.
Sean Salcedo went outside deep around D1, all the way makes it to D3, but then loses his very first gunfight.
4-on-4, Maddie.
So 2 killers for both these squads off the field right now as Mark's taking the walk for Uprising.
3-on-4. Oh, 3-on-3.
So it looks like
3-on-2.
Caleb Abel is going to, after the dust settles, Caleb Abel's past the 50-yard line, but just 2 bodies left alive, and Caleb's going to get that inside kill. Oh, there's another one over there as well. So 2, now we're going to see concession from Uprising. So a penalty, pulled bodies for Uprising, very chaotic point. They still had 3 players left alive. Mark took the walk, though, but what was interesting was that Mark took the walk, penalty was assessed.
They didn't
that should have pulled, yeah, that should have pulled 2 more
That's
bodies.
what we call a soft penalty. When you call the guy that's already eliminated as the penalty.
Yeah, because then I look over thinking, okay, 2 Uprising players left because Mark walked, penalty, 2 more bodies should come off, unless the penalty was on Mark, and then they pulled that other body for that.
When you said that, I was like, I thought my math was right. There's only 2 walking off. There was an extra guy in that
they were
wing
doubled
over there.
up in the damn wall again.
Yeah. You just can't see it. If there's 1 guy in there you can't see him, there's 2 guys you definitely can't see him. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if they were just too late getting to the penalty.
Soft penalty.
Or if Schrader was alive and what's-his-face that dove in the snake was talking, and that's what pulled Nate. Mark actually wasn't hit.
That's what I'm
penalty.
guessing would happen because of the situation that ended up occurring based on that penalty. But it's frustrating if you're Uprising because you get a penalty in a situation where you just shot 2 bodies. So those are those penalties that if you want to go and play on Sunday on a regular basis, you can't be making those penalties or those mistakes in the prelims.
Yeah, they had that point.
So they're going to have to reset here with not a lot of time left and play some fast paintball. Right now, ML Kings, 2 unanswered for them. See if the Ironmen can answer themselves.
Yeah, and some personnel changes. They got Geiger sitting in Brody Lewis, track star.
Yeah, Speed Demon
is in. So let's see if he can use that speed to his advantage against the guns of the ML Kings. Harris is in. Only
guaranteed win.
Shoot right-handed snake side.
Guaranteed win. I'm going to call this point ML Kings.
You've heard it here, folks. Place your bets. Looking at the Ironman on your screen right now. Split screen breakout.
Brought in Geiger got shot last point for the Ironman. They brought in Brody. Brody makes it in there live. 5-on-4 advantage for the Ironman on the break.
This is a good break for him because they shot that wide body and then immediately get another kill out of that back center. Just 3 bodies left alive here for the ML Kings.
And normally that would be a concern, 5-on-3, but because Harris is in there, they still have a really good chance. Harris is locking down the D side. I like that Nikolai has a help over there on that D side. He's not over there just all by himself.
Yeah, who's over there with him?
Tom Guest.
Hey,
that seems like a much more successful endeavor having 2 really good players over there instead of just 1 on an island.
Brody Lewis having no issue getting up into the snake 4 position because there's no one across field and no one in that middle to stop him.
Yeah, 5-on-3 advantage, and the Ironmen are in all the right spots, Maddie.
Yeah, the thing to pay attention to now is when these teams are recognizing that they're losing the Dorito side, their snake 1 is immediately looking cross and trying to slow down any attack from their opponents. So for any of you guys watching back at home or that are here playing divisional paintball and you're wondering why that snake's not going down the field, it's because the ML King snake players.
Oh, bad death.
Oh, that's a really bad death.
And guess who shot him?
Not Harris.
It was Harris. It was Harris Hussein.
And this is the issue now with the Ironmen. Is like they got those kills. It was a 5-on-3,
and they didn't do anything.
But they're not like putting it together.
That's what drives me nuts.
I was about to say what drives me nuts is when you have a young up and coming front player in a high body situation when you cannot die. And Brody Lewis cannot be getting shot from the back center in that situation. Yeah, he has 5 minutes to work with. You're up a body. You're in a really crucial spot. Chill, man. Just chill.
Yeah. It used to be if you had advantages, right, you try to push your advantages. Now when you have advantages, you just sit there and shoot your guns.
Yeah, I mean, that's great for the ML Kings, though. What a great shot from Harris Hussein.
I'm looking at the body language of Kyle and Tom, and I just think they haven't really figured out that they shot the Dorito guys.
Yeah, they think there's a guy in front of them.
Around, so I think the count's off. I don't hear Henry and Omar screaming across the field of them. They definitely weren't talking to Brody all that well.
The Kings are in the spots they would probably want to be in a 4-on-3 like this with no one D side.
Yeah.
They really can't get past Harris's gun because they can't get past that 4th Dorito.
So I heard Omar just say back to Henry 43, so they know that it's a 4-on-3. And Omar and Henry is yelling across to Tom and to Kyle, so that's good. But they are down a point, and they need to get something going here.
Yeah, and this is where for the Ironmen, nobody can make a mistake, right? They need to win this point. They need to get that confidence. They don't need anybody getting dinked out of the back line or getting a bad penalty here. They need to come together as a team and win this point.
And, Rich, they're burning a little clock here. As with the death of Lewis, he's still in that high body situation. As we're looking at the D-side action here with Tom Guest, they have 3:30. They're down by 1. So they want to do it smart, but they can't, because if they lose this point somehow and burn another 2 minutes off the clock, now they're down by 2, not a lot of time left. Yeah, it could be over.
And Kyle Nicolau just made a big move inside to the Dorito 50 brick.
I think Azevedo saw him and is trying to bounce it off the pin.
He did. Because Tom Guest is now past the 50 on that side, wrapping around, trying to catch the pack of Harris.
They're trying to shoot that bounce shot off the pin into their D4.
Yes.
Yeah, and Tom's got to stay disciplined and to stay on the outside.
I'd like to see him a little bit lower than that. He's so tall, that's the worst place to be when they're trying to bounce it in on you.
I mean, now is Omar's opportunity to go.
But Tom is protected because Azevedo's down low and that wedge is in the way. But he is very tall, so that, you know, I don't know if he's...
Here goes
I don't
Omar's
think Azevedo
looking for
scores a shot.
Omar's looking for it.
He just bounced him in the side of the head. Holy smokes.
It's lucky Harris has such a soft head. He gets a lot of bounces.
Kyle Nicolau saves Omara.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They bounced him in the back of the head.
No, I think that Omara wrapped around and shot Harris.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
You know, if you think Harris is going to go out the first time you got shot, you don't know Harris is saying. He's not a quitter, guys.
Well,
Ironman pushing down that D side now.
It took him a little bit. No big deal, though. They did close. They closed with enough time. Well, they're going to tie it up anyway. So, but 3:15. Yeah, that was fine. It was a little scary for a second for the Ironman.
Yeah.
And hey, way to hold the line for the MLK.
And they didn't make those mistakes, right? And that bonds those Ironman guys together. Like, hey, this was a tough spot. We were down. We needed to win this point. We did it. Yeah. We have a little bit more confidence in ourselves.
Another great release from Tom Guest. Took over that front player position, pushed the issue, had some help. Really like the back and forth, knowing that, hey, man, they are in a defensive spot, but somebody might launch from that middle angle with the Ironman.
And if I have my choice,
well executed.
If I have my choice between Tom Guest sitting in the back center, shooting a gap, hoping nobody goes down the Dorito side, or getting out on the Dorito side and going for and winning a point, I'm choosing the latter.
He's a good gun.
Yeah.
But he's a very athletic player with great timing. And we keep seeing him do this time and time
he's the
again.
guy that's doing the job, right? So put him in the position to do the job.
Yeah, making those releases.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, another solid point for Tom. So tie ball game there. Here is about to jump into this next one, Revo and Uprising.
Uprising looks like they survived the break this time, although ref is checking snake player.
Good bird dog on my player, ref.
Yeah, 5-on-4 advantage here for Uprising as
they take out
Caleb Abel takes the walk.
Which is, and they lose
Frank
out of the back center. That's not good.
Especially because Weaver's all the way up the middle. The problem with the middle of the field is once you get up there, you're committed, right? So if you lose outside, concede, yeah. If you lose outside bodies, you're just waiting to die.
So only one body left alive. That's Cody Mikowski for Revo, and I don't know why they haven't conceded this point.
Because they don't like Cody. Probably because his wife was mean to him.
Hey, that's my sister.
Yeah, I know. Your sister's a bully.
Yeah, she's all right.
Yeah, as a bully, she's great. Good point for Uprising, man. That was all Uprising.
Uprising looked fabulous in that point. Nate Schrader about to hit the buzzer with Graham Arnold getting in there.
Shot one guy early and then just got another and then pressed the advantage. Like we talked about, 5-on-3 instead of hiding in the back, zoning up. They were all up on their feet. They were all shooting their guns and just wiping the field with Revo.
Proving they can play some fast paintball, too.
Yeah.
You know, they had a little bit of time to work with. They didn't need a minute-long point, but they took the advantage early, getting that kill. Everyone not feeling a ton of pressure is, you know, when you're playing a team that's just trying to hold the line, those gaps are a lot bigger because everyone's just tucked into their spot, kind of waiting for you to run through those forward lanes.
Yeah. On that note, Rich, shout out to all the paintball wives out there.
Paintball wives are the best. Hey, if you're a paintball wife, you're a saint.
Yes, you
so
are.
now I haven't witnessed this because your sister is nothing but the kindest lady ever.
She is the kindest lady ever.
But apparently she's a little mean to Rich. I don't know. This is just what I'm hearing from Rich. But
Rich,
again,
you know,
I've never seen it. Again, she's been nothing but spectacularly kind to me.
Yeah.
This is Cody's wife we're talking about, Nick's sister. She's a gem, Rich.
Yes,
right.
A gem.
So jumping back in.
Kings losing one.
Yeah, and it's Donaldson's, one of their offensive weapons.
I think that might have been his first spin.
We haven't seen him a ton today, but we did see him a decent amount yesterday.
Azevedo's hopper falls off. 4-on-5 advantage here for the Ironmen.
But man, how consistent has he been getting in the snake?
He was playing divisional paintball last year.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
He's doing great. And again, he came up in that DMG camp. He just needed a shot. 4-on-4 now, Matt.
Really bad death for Kyle Nicolau out of that mini wall, and Tom gets out to the corner, so they were in a really good position with a 5-on-4 situation.
Well, with 2 minutes, a minute 40 left, the Ironmen go up early. They go up 5-on-4, 54, right? And those are the games that are really frustrating if you do end up losing it, because you had the advantage, everything was going your way, and then you have a death, and now it's even. They might see an overtime point.
Oh, team kill.
Team kill on Geiger.
Geiger just got killed by his own team.
Kill's a kill. Yeah, that Dorito corner, right?
Yeah, I think Tom shot him.
Yeah. Hey.
And he gets a minor?
Yeah. Well.
Oh, man, this is going to be a tough way.
What's that?
Oh, it was Omar that shot him because he's like, I shot him.
Yeah, but
he didn't leave when he got shot.
He walked off when he got shot. I don't understand why they give him a minor.
Oh, well, a body coming off for the ML Kings, and now we're down to a minute left to go. There's still a chance for the ML Kings to try to win this one in a 3-on-2 situation, as I have a player all the way at the 50-yard line in the snake. They're kind of hunkered down. I think that's Peterson.
We saw him squander this yesterday, didn't we?
We did. They did this. That's a good point, Rich, because I have Peterson at the wedge, and he's totally tucked in, playing like there's somebody in D4.
This is the impact match.
Yeah.
Ooh, did Henry get shot?
Apparently not.
I thought he got shot. I thought he got bounced.
Yeah.
Go be a dog, dude. Like, telling him, like, get out of the corner, man.
Go kill somebody.
What are you doing? And hey, look.
Stop hiding.
They should know it's 60 seconds. It is definitely hard to see the scoreboard in the time. But, man, you got to know going into every point, especially with time like this.
You're a pro player. This is why you run drills like this, right? You have to be running minute-long drills, so you know what 60 seconds feels like.
Henry got bounced again. That's 2 bounces for Henry.
Yeah. Kyle Berry's got no. Here we go.
Oh, he's dead.
Who's dead?
But only 8 seconds left. There's 8 seconds left.
3 on winner. They're not going to get it again.
Where the last guy is.
Kyle might have a chance.
Nope.
Oh, they needed another second again, so that's 2 losses for the ML Kings.
No.
Frustrating situation. Oh, sorry, not a loss. That's right. It's tie ball game. But still,
like,
where they could have won it.
No, both situations, they put themselves in overtime when they could have had the win.
That's my point. Exact
100%.
same situation. It was a high body situation for them. They'd had bad comms. They did not know that they were in a 3-on-2 because it looked like Peterson was playing like there was a body in D3 or D4. And they just didn't get the offense going in time to steal that win at the last second. So, yeah, they're heading into an overtime here, but you never know what's going to happen in the next point. That should have been the ML Kings game. Again, they did this exact same thing yesterday against Impact. Now, to give them some credit, the ML Kings have improved throughout the year. This is a really good look for the ML Kings. You're taking Impact into overtime. The Ironmen were undefeated yesterday, another overtime match. I think this is actually 3 overtime matches in a row for the ML Kings.
Scrappy. That's real scrappy, man.
So, Charlie, doing great things with the program.
Yeah, keep up your work, Charlie.
You need to run some 30-second, 60-second drills.
Might want to do some drills.
Well,
or maybe they are.
He doesn't. He doesn't like drills. He only likes situationals. He doesn't like situationals. I've tried to work with him before on it. They like to play points.
I think it's just, again, reiterating, like, hey, man, someone's got to be conscious of what's going on.
Someone's got to be the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
What his job is to watch the clock and kick you in the butt. And Kyle did it.
But
it was late when he
it was
finally did
just too late. Yeah. And whether he didn't see, like, he had, like, his internal clock was obviously ticking, but you've got to be able to.
Maybe they were thinking, let's launch the attack with just a little enough time so they can't steal the win from us. Again, I'm just trying to think what possibly could be running through their heads. But Peterson was playing like there was a body in D3, D4, and it was Tom Guest in the back corner.
Yeah. Well, Ironman dodged a bullet on that one. And let's just, I mean, for ML King's sake, let's just hope they can, pull out a win in overtime.
Or learn a valuable lesson.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Uprising on Revo.
I was going to say, I bet I know what this game plan is. Oh, lose 2.
On the break.
How did he not get? Wow.
So 4 on 4,
Maddie. Caleb Abel wrapping and going down the snake.
Yeah, 37 seconds left. Probably going to see another overtime. Oh, running referee coming in. And he's going to come off, but no penalty.
How is that not a penalty?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand. There's so much
right there behind him.
There's so much polarity in like a pack hit. One guy gets a penalty for it. One guy doesn't get a penalty. It's got to be the same for everybody.
Well, Caleb's got a chance here. He's not feeling no pressure on that D side. They've killed those bodies there.
He's got to go, dude. Caleb's got the inside move.
There's only
highway.
Yes,
only
I told him.
There's only 12 seconds.
Oh, highway all
Caleb,
the way
on
down
your feet,
the field.
Dude. Stand up and shoot the back center. Cody's right behind you.
Cody gets it.
There he goes. Look at this. Cody knows what's up. Caleb.
They're not going to have enough time.
Oh,
that's
so frustrating. Sorry, man.
Jinx, show me Coke.
Oh, Coke. 0?
Yeah, that's frustrating. And I was saying earlier how the old school paintball was you shoot a couple guys, and you have to stop one of your friends from trying to be a hero and run down and bunker the last couple guys.
Dude, that's it.
Now you shoot a couple guys, and everyone just sits there.
100%, man.
Which look, you need both of those at different times in the game. Okay, sometimes you need to be smart, and sometimes you need to be reckless.
I'm never going to be smart. That's
with
just
Rich.
yeah. Let's just have fun.
Yeah. Let's get to the corners.
But look, hey, as a radical realist, that's not how it works anymore. I am a radical realist. That's not.
Hey,
how
live in 2024, Rich.
Yeah.
It's not 95 anymore.
I know.
So here we go. Overtime. Ironmen versus the ML Kings.
Well, momentum is definitely on the ML King side.
Yeah, for
Every
sure.
point is a new point, and they are going to shoot a body on the break. So it's a 5-on-4 situation in favor of the ML Kings, but they still have 2 bodies stuck in the back center. So do the Ironmen, though. And Azevedo gets back into the snake.
He's been really good for them.
Yeah. The difference here is that the ML Kings have shot an Ironman player going to the snake pretty consistently, where the Ironmen have just not connected with those shots.
Well, I love this for Azevedo, like a divisional guy gets a pro spin and then earns a start and then plays so well that now he could probably go get a spot on a better team up the ladder just because he's been working so hard and got the opportunity and is playing amazing.
Yeah, and if we just keep talking about him for the rest of this point and nobody else, we'll definitely make that happen.
Well, he's in the best position on the field.
He is. If he wraps right now, he'll take Henry out.
Well, I feel like
take out Kyle.
He's the guy that's been sticking out the most for the Kings, right?
Oh, and he gets
Free
Kyle.
kill.
Told you.
Yeah, free kill from Azevedo here as Kyle had no idea he was that far up in the snake, but you kind of got to know, based on the situation, that he's probably there.
5-on-3, Matty.
Omaro dips into the snake 1 here for the Ironmen, but, man, the Ironmen are in a rough spot here.
Yeah, nobody D-side for the Ironman. You got Tom Guest in back center. You got Omar in the snake. Henry Sense in the snake insert. 5-on-3 advantage for the Kings. If the Kings start pressuring down the D side of the field, this overtime point is going to be over, and the Ironmen are going to have their first loss.
I don't know if they know it, though, too, right? Like, I think that's Barry over there kind of probing. Like, they're looking for it. But this is what could be hurting ML Kings, is like, there's a little bit of blood in the water. You definitely should not have allowed Tom Guest to fill out.
That's the one thing you should not have done.
You know, and you're putting in the Ironmen in a spot where experienced, veteran players, like,
yeah, the last thing you want to do is take Ironman to a one-on-ones, right? Not close this 5-on-3 advantage.
Yeah, like the ML Kings should have been, this move up the center should have happened a little bit sooner. He could have wrapped and put more pressure on Tom. Could have gotten wide down the judo tape to spread the guns out.
Well, Peterson launches up that middle wedge. They do not have any outside movement on that D side, and that's what they need right now.
Yeah.
So they are going to get it. They get a body up into D2. ML Kings looking good with the crossfield spread now. Azevedo at the 50-yard line here on your screen.
Yeah, he's got to beat Omar in front of him. Omar going forward now into snake 3, looking inside.
Yeah, if he could have made that move sooner, it would have changed the whole dynamic at this point.
Yeah, he could have shot Peterson making that move.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if they see... Oh, Mara is going to get clipped. Right? Oh, he dodges it.
Yeah. He's got a pretty strong spider stance.
Now they're trying to shoot the
This
bounce
is where the
shot.
communication has to happen between your center player and your snake player.
Yeah. Hey, there's a guy floating in the middle.
Yeah.
ML Kings dive a body into that D4, improve their position here, trying to swarm on the Ironmen with 2:12 left here in this overtime point. Still in a 5-on-3.
Oh.
Omar gets clipped from the center. Henry Sense sneaks in. No one's looking.
Peterson with the big run through all the way to get Tom Guest as Henry Sense got pulled out as well, and that is going to do it here as the ML Kings going to go 2-1. They beat New York Extreme in the first set yesterday, dropped to Impact in overtime, and then now beating the Ironmen in overtime. 3 overtime games in a row here to keep their chances alive at Cup. They're sitting 2-1. They got a chance.
Yeah, they're playing real good paintball. Very improved. Really good job.
Yeah, the ML Kings in the bracket with Impact, Ironman, Infamous, and New York Extreme. So they have to play Infamous tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're done for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could end up 3-1.
Yeah. They definitely can.
Well, Infamous has a lot more paintball to play, but they did not look good yesterday. I talked to them. They were very frustrated. And they were getting into spots and just dying out of their spots.
Well, guess what? Another overtime coming at you. Stay on the edge of your seats, folks, because we have Baltimore Revo.
Revo.
Rising.
So after this, we're going to see Impact take on Infamous and Sango Dynasty take on Blast Camp.
Oh, yeah, and just because I can, shout out again to all the paintball moms, especially my mom who's at home watching my 3 kids. Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, that's a good mom.
That's a great mom.
Keep up the good work, Nick's mom.
Love you, Mom.
Your mom is pretty cool.
Love you, Rich.
Thanks, buddy.
Love you, Maddie.
Love you too, bud.
Guys, we have a lot of love up here.
Where is
especially for paintball moms.
When you're at the World Cup, it's hard not to feel the love.
I was, yeah.
And the
well,
yeah, and the humidity.
Yeah.
And the sweat and the moistness.
Yeah, the weather is actually, for Florida, not that bad because it's not that hot yet, but it's going to be 86 again today. And when I looked at the humidity level this morning when I woke up at 6 a.m., it was 96% humidity.
I mean, yesterday wasn't too bad.
No.
After it rained on Wednesday, and, like, that was terrible.
If we're here in Florida and it's not over 90, I'm happy.
If you can't see your breath.
And we don't have a hurricane.
Hey.
Because a couple years ago we had
don't say the H word.
And we had a couple bad ones here, so I'm glad that we actually were able to have a World Cup this year.
Amen to that. All right, here we go. Uprising right there on your screen. Bird's eye view. You got Revo on your left, Uprising on your right.
5 minutes on the clock here. Both teams streaking out to their initial primary positions. A little conservative here for Revo. It does cost them Frank Antetomaso's body as they kind of tripled up that back center.
Yeah, and they didn't get anything for it.
Nope. Caleb Abel does make it into the snake, though.
Dude, that's huge.
Yeah, they could have kept him out of there just by shooting that gap. If you don't take the snake at the snake corner early, another team can keep you out of there forever.
Forever. And is Uprising still, are they doubled up in that mini wall again?
Probably. Cody kicks out to the corner. Nice fill to the corner.
That's been his move, getting out here behind Caleb.
Yep.
Just putting as much paint down the tape as possible.
4-on-5 advantage for Uprising, but they're still sitting defensively, kind of just shooting their guns, waiting to get another kill.
They get Nate Schrader out of that Aztec. That's going to give Arnold some room when he wants to dip out, if he wants to go snake way. Mark's in a good spot, and now Nate Schrader also in a pretty good position.
Confirmed 2 in the wing for Uprising.
Yeah, and I would hope that information's gotten across to Caleb, because if they've been paying attention, and he misses his shot on the fill out to the corner.
Yeah, he should have been pumping that gap.
Yeah.
Him and Cody both.
Nick, I was thinking the same thing with Caleb getting up here so quick, and Uprising is still trapped in those spots and no forward progression or outside movement on the D side, that he did have an opportunity to try to shut that angle down.
100%. And look at this, they double it up again. But that's 100% a call that you have to have on a field where there's no one wider than a certain spot. That you have a simple one-word call, danger, Dakota, Dorito, donut, whatever.
Well, and I don't like doubling up that wing, but I like that better than having a guy sitting back center.
You know what? I agree.
Yeah.
It's not like I wouldn't say it's been a thorn for Uprising, and obviously they practice it because they do
it's
it
an option, right? Like a good option.
And you can groundhog it, right? And you could pop the top out of that spot and pivot.
Yep, 100%.
So, yeah, I completely agree with you, Rich. Much better to be in that mini wall than the can if you're taking pressure. At the same time, if I'm in that can and I'm feeling a lot of pressure, I know that no one's shooting at my wide guys. I'll soak up all those bullets. I'll soak them up.
Uprising still with the one body advantage here. They need to shoot one more body before they can kind of switch the gears and start pressing the advantage.
They have some time, Rich.
Yeah.
3 minutes left to go.
Salcedo makes a move now into the Dorito 3. He's got Elliot Weaver behind him. Caleb past the 50, just kind of waiting.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's 2 teams in this bracket that you don't want to go to overtime and go to one-on-ones with, right?
Battle going down here in the snake as Mark crawled up right by Caleb. Caleb's going to do a
He
little
could sense it. You see that? He could
retreat.
sense it, Matty. Right through the bunker. He felt it.
Yeah, Hertz bunker player for Uprising took that shot at Caleb and he immediately retreated, which is smart. I like what he's doing now too, because look at this. No one's going to pick it up though. Oh my gosh, what is happening?
Nate's like, I know there's a snake guy somewhere.
Yeah, so that tactile retreat did it worked out for Nate. Somehow he found Caleb Abel after checking off 3 different spots and kind of poor zone control. But the good thing for Nate on that move was that he's running through a forest of bunkers, and then D2 couldn't pick him up until he got to that South Electronics tower.
4-on-3 advantage now for Uprising as they fill the snake corner. So they have 2 snake side, 2 Dorito side. Revo with Dorito Coder with Cody Mikowski, Dorito 2, and snake corner with Cody.
Yeah,
so 3-on-4 advantage here for Uprising. It's going to be hard for Revo to pull this out. If Uprising can communicate well enough to get paint on Cody from both tapes, from the snake corner and from the Hertz bunker, it gets really, really hard to live in that corner bunker.
Yeah, Cody's going to have to get out and get in the snake 1.
Yeah, just sit in snake 1 inside. That's the same thing I said. Like, hey, listen, if you're getting pressure there, just dip into snake 1, guys.
Yeah, you can, and because it's so far inset from the 50, it's easy to defend yourself from that spot.
I think instinctually people want to stay there because they're on their feet and they can see more and talk more, but you're just waiting to die.
Yes. Especially when they get down those Doritos, and they're wrapping the shadow side of the bunker on the outside.
Yeah.
Boys, we're down to a minute left. So Uprising needs to make most of this high body situation, and they need to do it relatively quickly.
One-on-ones, baby. And again, if I'm out here and I want to pick two teams not to go to one-on-ones with, I don't want to do it Tom Guest, and I don't want to deal with Elliot Weaver.
He's just missing his shot on the head of the Dorito 3 player.
See that?
Snake.
And the Dorito 1's getting a lot of pressure, too.
Yeah, Uprising has some good one-on-one guys, too. Graham Arnold's a beast in one-on-one.
Yeah, that's true. Graham's one of the guys I would put in that list, too.
I wouldn't mind Nate Schrader out
Oh,
there.
and they lose their Snake player.
3-on-3 now.
We could see one-on-ones.
We are.
2-on-3.
30 seconds.
Advantage now, Revo.
Oh, no, here comes the launch. This is it. Revo's going to get this one.
Yeah, Sean Salcedo comes through and dices up that D4 spot, but there's
2-on-1.
Oh, Elliott shot, so 1-on-1.
24 seconds left to go here, so it's going to be Alec Holland versus
one-on-ones.
Cody Mikowski in a one-on-one, but not enough time. There's only 15 seconds left, so somebody's going to have to win a gunfight in probably this next 2 seconds.
Yeah, one-on-ones.
If they're not running down the field now, it's not going to happen, so one-on-ones.
Yeah, well, Cody Mikowski's a one-on-one champ. Like, he's won a one-on-one tournament before. I watched it happen, so it's gonna be actually kind of hard to pick who I would send out for Revo, because I would either send Weaver. Benny Carroll's good at one-on-ones. Again, Cody Mikowski's won a one-on-one tournament, and then for Uprising,
I feel like
probably go Graham, maybe Nate.
I think they've sent Elliott in the past, and he won a one-on-one for him.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Elliott's beast.
That's
but again, Cody has won a one-on-one tournament before.
He's old.
He just limped off the field.
I mean, I've given Elliott Weaver. I have these one-on-one coins up here, so whoever wins this one, come see me. But courtesy of Hormesis and Coin Duel, I've given a lot of those to Elliott Weaver.
Yeah, he's got a little necklace he wears with all of them.
Yeah, he would have given to his cat.
So yeah, tough picks right now, tough moments for the coaches. As how it works in the pro division, we don't have ties out here. So if you get through overtime, so we get through regulation, 15 minutes of regulation, 5 minutes of overtime, and then it goes to one-on-ones. You send your hero out, and it's one and done. Whoever wins that first one is going to put the team on his back. And it's big for both these squads right now.
They're 1-1, yeah.
Yeah, they're both 1-1. So somebody's about to become a hero right now.
They're both 1-1, and it comes down to one-on-one.
All right, Matt, who are you picking? Who's your guy that you would send if you're on Revo?
I think I would probably go with. I think I'd probably go Cody.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't think either answer is wrong.
And then Cody's had a lot of good looks out here. He's playing some good paintball. I think he's hungry for it, and he won again. I've given a lot of one-on-one coins to Weaver, but I've never seen a one-on-one tournament. And then they're gonna send it Alec Holland. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Alec's been
Elliott Weaver.
And it's gonna be Weaver. Yeah. Again, that's like flipping a coin for me because Weaver's amazing. Now, this is an interesting pick. Alec Holland has played some amazing paintball for Uprising this year. But with some of the Uprising legends they have on that roster, this is an interesting one, though. So this is a little bit of a less experienced guy, but he had a phenomenal tournament for them and very intelligent paintball player.
Both players come out right-handed.
That's standard.
Yep.
Then they both switch to left-handed, which is standard.
Yeah, and
Holland makes the first move.
He goes left.
But better bunker selections, right?
Yeah, Holland
being over that tower.
Yeah, Holland being more proactive here.
Yep.
They're in a coast-to-coast gunfight right now. Farthest they possibly could be away from each other.
Oh, don't jump into that paint.
Yeah. But Weaver's kind of following Holland, right? Holland's kind of leading the charge.
Yeah, I mean, I liked his move to that Aztec because we saw.
Well, I also like that he went right-handed, left-handed, then moved left-handed, and then came back.
Yeah.
Those were intelligent moves for Holland. Weaver's just been slow playing it a little bit, which I don't hate either.
Yeah, it's his style.
But that snake insert bunker can play over the top and just dice up either side of the back center.
Control both gaps.
You could drop low in a one-on-one situation. I like doing this. You just drop low and go silent for a second. And
he got him.
Oh, so Alec Holland going to be the hero for Uprising. They go 2-1 and still have a chance here at the World Cup. Young man's a hero for his boys here today.
Well deserved. He played that well.
Just straight long balling the whole time.
Hey, man, if you want to become a paintball legend, as we say it all the time, you have to beat a legend, and Weaver has had a really big run the past few years, so that is a big boost to the confidence. The boys from Uprising and Alec Holland, remember that name.
Yeah.
Puts the team on his back to get the victory here, so that is going to do it. Stick around for this next set. Should be a good one. Impact taking on Infamous, Dynasty, and Blast Camp. We'll be right back. 2024 Major League Paintball World Cup. I'll see you in just a few.
The game of paintball is a fast-paced, high-intensity sport. But at its heart, the concept is simple. Shoot your opponents before you get shot, and then march down the field to victory. In the Major League Paintball Pro format, each team fields 5 players at a time. They have a buzzer on their side to protect. Hit the opponent's buzzer, win the point. En route to the buzzer, both teams will be locked in gunfights, utilizing diverse strategies while moving up a field full of bunkers, fighting to get into critical positions. And these strategies could change given the score and the time left on the clock. There's 15 minutes in regulation, and the highest point total wins the game. If there is a tie, then a 5-minute overtime period will be played. This is chess with guns, with no quarter given and no quarter requested. Welcome to Major League Paintball. The NXL World Cup, the biggest and most important event in the paintball world, and by far the hardest to win. 24 pro teams will take over the main stage and battle over 4 difficult days, but only one squad will earn the right to call themselves world champs. A win here, and your team becomes a legend forever.
Fire San Diego Dynasty exploding in celebration here, and big hugs. It's got to be Marcelo Margot, who's going to be getting that Golden Barrel MVP performance.
The stage is set for the most treacherous test of the year. New heroes could arise and favorites could fall, as the best paintball teams in the world throw down in Orlando, Florida to see who will reign as the NXL World Cup champion.
Hey, this is Walker with Carbon Paintball here to talk to you about our SC custom jerseys. To start your team's design, head over to crbnpaintball.com, fill in some team information, including what colors, what template you want to base your jersey off of, upload your main team logo and any sponsors, enter your name and your number, and we're going to kick you back a 3D image of your jersey. The custom jersey is built on a 5-panel design that's all customizable. The jersey features a DWR coating all throughout the jersey, so it is water resistant. It also is stain proof, and it has side mesh venting. The jersey is also very fitted, so it has a compact neck collar, and it also features elastic thumb loops to keep the sleeves in place while you're sliding or running. To start your team design, head over to crbnpaintball.com.
Brent is the one that selects everybody that he wants to have show up here at the NXL to represent himself, Air Assault Factory, and Carbon Paintball. We've got an assortment of guys now, kind of a rebuild.
Welcome back here, 2024 Major League Paintball World Cup. Second set of the day here, day 2. It's going to be Impact taking on Infamous, Dynasty, and Blast Camp. Impact squeaked out a win yesterday against ML Kings in overtime. See what they bring here against Infamous. Infamous struggled in their first match against the Ironmen. And we're jumping into point number 1. Looks like Infamous is going to be running all the way to the snake off the break, and they're going to get a kill, so it's going to be 5-on-4 in favor of Infamous.
Yeah, Zach took a hard bounce going in there. He's getting the check. Looks like he's okay.
Yeah, it's
Zach or Jonah? I can't see.
I think that's Zach. It's
Okay,
a
yeah.
wonder that Zach's even playing this event because it was basically he had back surgery.
Ooh, Callie's lucky to get a penalty there.
Yeah, Callie taking the walk. But yeah, Zach Patient grinding it out, toughening up for World Cup. But they did drop that body, so threw the advantage away again. This is what you keep seeing this from Infamous. Infamous can be losing that center as well too. Infamous takes good spots and then dies out of their spots.
Yeah. JC just found out that someone's in front of him. He's going to figure out how to get down that tape and get him out of there. Zach's looking inside. Now looking back outside. They keep checking Zach. JC now into the 50 for impact. 4-on-4 here, Maddie.
Yeah, tense moments in the snake.
Oh, sorry, 4-on-3. Impact's calling. Kill 2.
Yeah, they lost Callie and the center for Infamous.
Oh, here it goes, JC.
So JC and Zach Patient going to be trading out. And the war of attrition continues here on the snake as Trevor Reeser, nice read for Reeser. He dips right in the snake. Beautiful move so far to get to that 50 and take over the attack here for Impact.
Yeah, Joe Barrett's got to get out of back center. The longer he stays in the back center, the less chance he has of pulling this point off. He's now snake side against Trevor, but it's just, I think it's going to be too late. He's not going to get out of there yet. And Joe Barrett's been eliminated out of back center.
Yeah, and again, just a couple mistakes cost Infamous, right? They get that first kill, and then they lose Callie. Then they lose that center. So they went from a 5-on-4 to a 3-on-4 within about 30 seconds. This is kind of what happened yesterday. So there still is that one body left alive, and it's Tim Brussel back. So Tim getting the lion's share of the spins because I think Sam Silber got COVID, if I remember correctly. Something happened to Sam.
Yep.
So we've been seeing Tim, and Tim's been making his spots for the most part over there. He was the last player
Solid.
left alive. It's just Infamous' struggles of survivability continue. And we're going to be having Nate Schrader here come up in the commentator's booth with us as he just got off a set.
Yeah, he was like, hey, can I take a break, catch my breath? No, sorry.
No
Gotta
break,
go to work.
no break for you, Nate.
No break. No break for the wicked.
No break, sorry. Thanks for getting up here as quick as you can. So, got Dynasty and the Tauntauns. Dynasty looked real good yesterday in their first match, and the Tauntauns have been a little hit or miss. Lost to Uprising and then beat Revo, and then Dynasty was able to take you guys down, Nate. Even though relatively close game, they didn't roll you guys off the field.
Can I ask you guys an honest question?
Always.
So, Tauntauns and Blast Camp are both wearing orange jerseys, right? Dynasty losing one on the break and drawing a penalty here, so 2-on-5 advantage here for Blast Camp.
Yeah, this is Blast Camp.
Yeah.
Tauntauns.
You shoot guns, Matt, right? What color are the targets that you shoot at?
Oh, orange.
Bright orange.
Yeah.
Like, my gun is always attracted to bright orange things. I see these guys running around the field. I'm like, you're trying to make it as easy as you can for the other team to see you and shoot you. Dynasty down to only one player, 5-on-1 advantage. Soap doesn't know, but Soap finds him and trades.
Hey, this is a real good first point for Blast Camp.
Yeah, 5 alive, Matty.
So they basically spotted Dynasty, the Blast Camp easily winning this one.
Well,
Dynasty spotted them one.
They agreed that the first point wouldn't count. They're just going to go out and have like a warm-up match. Now it's going to count. Yeah, you got to. If we're going to wear orange, you have to spot us a point.
Yeah, so, yeah, Dynasty, maybe they were thinking, hey, we had a really good one yesterday against a tough team. Uprising looking pretty good. Let's make this one really hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
Point no more. It's going to spot them that first point. It's going to be uphill climb from there. We need to toughen our minds up.
It'll be so much more rewarding when we win this match, guys. If we start 0-3, do you know how good that's going to feel?
We're joking. There's a 0% chance that happened. That was just a really good point for Blast Camp.
I mean, maybe there's a 0.1% chance. So let's see if Infamous can turn this around. They're probably certainly one of the most talented rostered teams out here, but just have kind of been struggling with consistency throughout the season. They have good matches where it looks like they're right back on track, and they have matches where you're like just kind of scratching your head.
Yeah, I really like Infamous's roster. They got a lot of firepower. They just have not had a ton of consistency. They are going to get a kill, though, on JC.
Yeah, JC taking the walk. 4-on-5 advantage here early on for Infamous. Looks like Nick Laval might have got shot out of the back center. Luckily, Nick didn't get a penalty there. And they lose Trevor going up the middle, so 5-on-2 advantage here now for Infamous.
Yeah, Infamous, again, have to make the most of these high body situations they've been putting themselves in. They got Impact on the ropes in this one and try to tie this one up. Good field position here in the snake for them. And on that D side wraparound, looks like he wants to make the move up into D4, and he does. So Silver getting a spin. Here comes a counter punch from Brandon Cornell, though.
He was so strong for them yesterday. I watched the video again. Like, Brandon was just 6 out of 6 points. He's up that tape in those Doritos getting kills. Points over. Easy point there for Infamous.
Yep. Yeah, way to get it back. So, Nate, how you feeling, bud?
Feel great. I feel like I'm at World Cup and the team's playing their best paintball yet.
Yeah, you guys are playing really well.
You're not
Playing
wrong.
pretty well, but there's room for improvement.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And you got to be pretty proud of Alec, right? Winning that one-on-one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Matt and I were talking. Do you think you can get 3 guys in that little wedge on the D side? We're not sure if you're using that bunker to its like full capacity, right? Because if you had one on both sides and then one over the top, basically you'd have the whole field locked down.
We're saving that for Sunday.
Okay. You know what? I feel horrible right now that I just let that secret out. Yeah. Targets on the left, Dynasty on the right. Oh, sorry, not targets. Blast camp.
That is an interesting thing, though, but maybe not everyone shoots firearms, Rich, you know? So maybe they're not used to drawing their eye up to an orange target.
The bright colors in your peripherals, you see a flash.
For sure. You see it way easier than you see black.
Yeah.
Or the off-the-break shot.
Dynasty losing 2, Matt.
Yeah, still dialed here for Blast Camp. They do lose 1 themselves, but it's a 4-on-3 situation here in favor of Blast Camp.
And Dynasty lets Blast Camp get out of the pocket.
Yep.
And let him get to the snake as well. Big, poor zone control there. They let him fill from the snake insert out and from the wing out to the D side. That's huge.
Well, Dynasty's got Big Blake Garber up that middle, and I'm not sure the Blast Camp knows he's there.
They do.
Quite. Do they know he's there?
It's a dragon call.
Okay.
Yeah, and even if you don't know he's there, you just assume he's there, right?
Well, you definitely want to make sure that you know that zone is clear before you start making moves, because that guy does have pretty good overwatch here on the snake and on the D side.
If you get shot by that guy because you don't know he's there, that's your fault, right? You've got to assume that's there. Check it off before you go forward. Looks like Soap breaking a little paint there as he fills up from the back center to that center wing.
So Blake shifted his gun towards the D side. It might have got a kill for him, but LaPapa's probably going to shoot. Okay, they switch right back to LaPapa. Did he get that kill? He did. Nice job by Blake, but then Blake gets eaten up by LaPapa.
2-on-3 advantage here for Blast Camp, Matt.
Smart play by LaPapa there to do the hard wrap. Blake was not expecting it.
So LaPapa going to go to the 50-yard line. Greenspan did just dive into that D3 position for Dynasty. And they still have one more body at the veteran Aztec with Marcelo Margot.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to have a 2-on-3, you want Marcelo and Ryan in those, being those 2 guys. But Marcelo was in kind of a tough spot, got caught there. 3-on-1 advantage now, Matty, for Blast Camp.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Greenspan over there. Everyone else died around him. But it started with the break. It was just another real solid break for Blast Camp. They went up bodies and didn't squander. And it made it a little interesting with Blake Yarber up in that 50 for a bit, but just some smart play, connecting on shots. Great play by LaPapa over here in the snake. And if you're just joining us, thank you so much for joining us for this World Cup battle. But the principles of this field, this is probably the longest snake I've ever seen. You don't have to win the point through the snake side, but you cannot lose the entire battle over there. If you lose the entire battle on the snake side, unless you make a drastic error, you're going to win that point.
Yeah, unless you shoot 3 people on the break.
In the pits right now, with Blast Camp looking good through 2 still. These points are going fast, though, and Dynasty historic for their comebacks. Tie ball game here, Impact and Infamous. Impact on the red side, Infamous streaking and getting to the Hertz tower off the break.
Impact with 3 at home, didn't get a kill, but were able to fill out of home. Now have all 5 back spots, Matt.
Yeah, Laval's still there, but they were able to fill nicely as they've taken the Hertz tower as well, too. Infamous releasing up to that center wedge, and Jonah Jamrose essentially in Snake 3 off the break.
5-on-5, one of our first 5-on-5 points here this morning. Both teams in good positions. Now it comes down to their communication and their teamwork to figure out what the weakest spot is on the other team and try to exploit that spot, get an elimination, get a body advantage, and then start pressing that advantage.
Yeah, Jarula with a nice move up into Snake 3 as well, too. He's zoned up crossfield. Jonah, for Infamous, has done a little tactical retreat to get back to Snake 2. And then I like the double stack of bodies over here for Impact on the Snake side with Urena in the back corner bunker.
Yeah, it gives you a double threat, right?
It's just nice to have a body and another body over here on the Snake side. And Infamous knows that, so they're going to get Callie out here as well, too.
Ryan Rodarti's calling his kill on Jarula.
So Rodarte going to commit up to the brick to get a closer angle here on Jarula. Referee went in there to check, and looks like Jarula is clean. Jonah's gone back up to Snake 3, and now a triple stack of bodies for Impact on this Snake side.
Meanwhile, Impact is mounting their Dorito attack. They got Brandon out of the mini W up into that insert Dorito.
Yeah, good look for Impact on both sides in this still 5-on-5 situation. Just better field position up the middle with
Rodarte. They're both calling their kill on each other.
They're both saying they shot the other guy. Neither one of them got hit. But I love their passion.
Yeah.
So Darula has his gun stuck on that angle for Rodarte. Jonah's going to move up into Snake 4.
Great move by Rodarte.
Perfect timing.
Perfect. That was an amazing move.
Well, Rodarte was going off in the middle for Infamous at the last event, and just looking good here again in this point against Impact to get that shot on Darula, and he is still alive on Impact's side.
Yeah, I wish he'd stop hitting the bunker so everybody knows he's there.
Yeah, that's my one critique.
He's about to get pieced up.
Yep.
So Laval moves up into Snake 3, gets that inside kill on Rodarte.
Ryan Hall takes the walk out of back center.
Yep.
Yeah, Infamous's survivability.
But Sam Silberg's over there in the 50 Rito, so Infamous still has better field position, even though they're down a body.
Is it 3-on-4? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back attack on the D side now.
Hall is also playing with an injured knee, too. So.
That's what I heard, yeah.
I'm also commentating with an injured knee. I don't want to make a big deal about it, but I appreciate your support.
Doing a great job, Rick.
You're out
Thank
here
you.
way longer than these guys, so.
Oh, Jonah with the free kill.
Interesting.
Nick Laval just let himself go through the middle there. Interesting move.
Maybe thought Jonah was up one more spot?
Yeah.
Must have.
Thought something.
So
3-on-3 now.
So
Impact with 2 on the top side.
So it's very much a war of attrition here on the Snake side, but Jonah Jamro's playing smart for this point.
Yep.
Able to get that kill on Laval. Still has to deal with Urena in the back corner bunker, but he's got some help with a body right behind him with Callie Rudolph.
Yeah, we got the good old-fashioned island drill over here.
Yep. The problem with this is I like Mikey Urena in the Snake in like a kind of attacking bulldog situation. I'm not sure that I like him as the quarterback.
Yeah, battle going down here on your screen on that Dorito side. Very tense moments in a tie ball game with 9 minutes left to go. Who's going to win this engagement? Oh, and he dunks on him. Brandon Cornell. Perfectly executed Brandon Cornell, but did he get clipped cross-field?
By Jonah.
Oh, he did. So Jonah clocking in as well. Back and forth battle here.
So now Impact has a field turned. Yep. Arena's going to come down the highway right now.
Oh, Jonah getting taken out. So was a 2-on-2, now a 2-on-1 in favor of Edmonton Impact.
Callie in the Snake corner for Infamous. Tough bunker to gunfight both tapes in from.
Yeah, you got to get lost. You can't be stuck in that back corner in a 2-on-1.
We have seen some low body magic out here, but this is just a really tough situation. Yep. Callie with the field
gonna
spread.
Do his famous step out, maybe. No.
Not this time. Nice work by Mike Urena. And who's that over there? Zupa? Yeah, Mike Zupa. Mike Zupa, Mike Urena putting the point on the board here to take the lead for Edmonton Impact in a very interesting point that was back and forth. Would be fun if every paintball point was that went like that with different moves, move up the middle, move on the D side, Snake side.
That's one that you can go back and watch and show your lower divisional teams. All right, perfect example of island drill. You just want to bully the side that you have dominance and then make the smart close.
Absolutely. You guys been running a lot of drills? Looks like you have.
Yeah, I mean, the past 2 events we've only practiced each other, so we can only do 5-on-5s for so long. So it's been a lot of scenario stuff. This practice was a little bit different because we knew we couldn't play the margin, so we practiced a lot playing down points just in case things went bad.
Dynasty 3 shooters, 2 runners, 5 alive. They get 1 kill. Yep. Last cap down 1, 4-on-5 advantage for Dynasty as. Can't see who that is pushing up the Snake. Arturo probably for Dynasty, pushing into Snake 50.
Archie's in the center, locking off the Doritos.
Marcelo fills out to back up and be the second in the Snake.
Yeah, Arturo already in Snake 4, but they're down 2, so Blastcamp playing a little tentative here, trying to preserve this lead.
Yeah, Blastcamp should get their 2 guys out of home. Now they get one of them out of home, they get another one. That second guy gets out too. Frey gets out, looks Snake insert, but they don't know that Arturo's in their Snake already.
Yeah, he hasn't touched the bunker.
And hasn't shot his gun. So they have no idea. And all 4 Blastcamp guys are looking D-side. 1 shoot Snake. So 3 looking D-side. Oh, 2 Snake now, 2 D4s Blastcamp. Dynasty trying to find where the bodies are. Trying to figure out who they can exploit. Soap's got to get out of that little temple or he's going to get caught. He's got to get into one of the Doritos or get over to that Hertz bunker.
Oh, Arturo, I think he just missed a shot on the back corner. He was waiting till he had it.
Ooh.
I mean, Arturo's an incredibly accurate shot. His snapshot's almost illegal.
I was going to say,
if
you miss your first snap against Arturo and you go for a second one, that's just a bad decision. 3-on-5 advantage here for Dynasty.
Yeah, a good zone control from Dynasty, not letting Blast Camp fill out that back corner on the D side.
This highway move is open all day for La Papa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because you see everybody gravitate towards the wire here, but the highway is the easier move.
Yeah, because I don't want you snap shooting with Arturo.
There you go. There you go. See, if he just goes.
If he just goes inside, Marcelo doesn't see him.
Yep.
Yep.
And here comes Archie going to drop the hammer. Might have caught a team kill, maybe. It's not going to matter because Marcelo's still alive. Shear's still alive. And Archie and Greenspan as well, too. Good comeback point here for San Diego Dynasty. Great job by Arturo in that spot. Highway was open for a little bit for La Papa, but waited a little bit too long as the play had developed and Dynasty had made some moves. So now going to be a 1-point game here. Still a lot of time left in this one. These points are going relatively fast. Yeah, we've seen some 10-minute, 7.5-minute long points and some 30-second points out here.
Yeah.
The 10-minute and 7.5-minute long points have been Uprising games, and I have Nate Schrader from Uprising here in the booth. No, I like your strategy, though, Nate. I mean, honestly, it's working out for you guys. You're sitting at 2-1. You guys have just made some strides in the past 3-4 months, and it's blatantly apparent.
Ever since they picked up Nate, it seems like the team's been doing a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely came in with a certain set of ideas and theory that I really wanted to incorporate, and fortunate enough, these guys all believe in me, and we've been friends since we were 15, 16, so...
That's why you pay Nate Schrader the big bucks.
Yep.
Zach throwing himself in that snake one again. Infamous losing their first attack at D-side. Looks like Brusselback.
Yeah, Brusselback taking the walk. They're also going to be losing their center attacker with Rodarte, so this is a great break for Impact. If they're able to take D2, now they're going to get a body into D3 as well. Justin Cornell in Snake 2, and they're up a couple bodies. They do not know that Zach Patient is on their side, and he might be able to get a crossfield shot on Brandon.
As soon as they find out, they're going to have no problem sending JC to take him out.
Oh, yeah, because they just lost Barrett, too.
Yeah. So 2-on-5 advantage here for Impact.
Yeah. Yeah,
Impact with 2 on the D side, 2 on the Snake side.
JC loves the bunker guys, so as soon as they figure out where he's at, Hammer's probably going to get dropped on Patient. Callie can look over him a little bit from that back center, but with so many bodies to shoot at, he has to also put his gun on that D side.
Yeah. Well, and Impact's calling Snake, but they're not calling where he's at in the Snake, so I think they know he's in there, but not exactly where. Now they do. Now JC's going to be looking to go high. Put Callie in the back center and go highway.
That's exactly what he just did.
Oh, he missed him. That was a spin on JC.
JC didn't know.
He didn't.
Swore he knew where exactly
he should have got a penalty on that. He thought he was in the 50, got shot in the ribs, and then turned back and got him. That was a Ahab. He should have got given him a major on that one.
So Impact putting up another one. And see if Dynasty can do it again here to tie this one up. Also still down by 1.
Blast Camp coming out, going to be breaking out from the red side of the field. Dynasty coming out, going to be breaking out from the blue. Looks like they both got their starting lineups back in.
Yeah, Dynasty, again, playing good yesterday and been an up-and-down year for them. They won the first event, then took a 14th. 4th place, semifinal finish, a 3rd event, and then an 11th. So they missed Sunday twice, and Dynasty is trying to win their 5th World Cup in a row here. So lots of drama following Dynasty here at this World Cup.
Dynasty with 3 centers from home again, but they lose Arturo on the break. 5-on-4 advantage. Oh, they shoot one, so 4-on-4. Nobody Snake side for Dynasty.
Yeah,
if Blast Camp can figure out how to get out into this Snake.
Yeah, so no one Snake side for Dynasty and no one D side for Blast Camp. Both teams have a body up the middle with, I believe, Hogue for Blast Camp and then Archie Montemayor.
Soap taking the walk for Blast Camp as Unger gets in the Snake. 4-on-3 advantage for Dynasty.
Zach just missed his shot. He was looking D side and missed his shot on a diving Ryan Greenspan.
Marcelo fills out to the Snake insert.
Tactical retreat from Hogue. And then Greenspan, here comes the hammer, though, about to get dropped. This Archie's going to run through. He's going to get 1. Archie still untouched. He continues his attack. Nice little 2-pack to close for Archie Montemayor, and then he gets team killed. Nope. Maybe caught a bouncer. Nope, still alive.
base.
Beautiful move. That goes on the list. Yeah, $500 courtesy of Tigerwear. Get a Tigerwear package, apparel, and a exclusive World Cup headband, and then $500 courtesy of Pate Smith Law. I don't know if you heard, Nate, if you guys make Sunday, $5 grand at stake for best individual performance and a point. And Pate Smith Law, it's a law firm that specializes in representing you against your insurance company for property claims. Doing God's work.
Thank you, Pate Smith.
Thank you, paintball patrons.
And so that in the pits here again with Blast Camp. See how the vibe is in the pits as they've scored 2 unanswered to go up. Now Dynasty 2 unanswered.
Looks relatively calm today.
Does.
In the Blast Camp pits.
Relatively. Rodarte all the way through the middle for Infamous. Again, hits that bunker though when he gets up there. Impact Snake 1, 5 alive for both teams. Impacting those 2 bunkers on that Snakes. Drew said that they really like the Hertz bunker and the D2. Infamous with 50 Snake, 50 Brick, Hertz bunker, back center, and Snake insert.
Nice little fill out here for Impact. Get to that back corner bunker. Try to preserve this lead. 6 minutes and 22 seconds left to go to see if Infamous can make something happen here. Mikey Urena going to improve his position, getting to that Snake 3. Reeser still in that back center. Oh, they're going to be losing Brandon Cornell.
5-on-4 advantage here for Infamous.
Mike Urena's got to be careful here. Tim Brosbeck in the Hertz. Bouncing off the South Electronics.
Yeah, trying to get that.
8 turns away.
Yeah.
Yep,
I've seen a lot of people shoot. I haven't seen anybody get caught by it yet, but at some point, someone's getting caught by that. I'm sure a lot of people have said they've been shot by it, but I haven't seen it happen yet. Oh, that was definitely bounce. No, I wasn't. I didn't make a bad decision there.
Yeah, Nate, we talk often how the most unreliable narrators on planet Earth are paintball players that just played an intense point.
So true. Yeah.
If you want to do a fascinating thought experiment, ask everybody how they played and before they watch the game, and then watch the game with them, and then re-interview them.
Or just count all the kills that everyone said they shot in a five-man game. So
guys, you know how math works, right?
So a move made topside into that D side past the 50-yard line here for Infamous here on your screen is Brusselback looking pretty solid, not feeling any pressure. Got Dalton in front of him to worry about. Impact just tucked into some spots.
What I like about this field is you can crawl all the way down on both sides, but there's not a big payday.
No. It's heads up, right? You beat the guys ahead of you. Very few of the shots are coming cross field, up the gut. It's beating the guy ahead of you, or on this snake, beating the guy in the center or the guy ahead of you, whichever one's putting the pressure on you, and going forward. Mike Urena's getting checked there. Looks like he came off the edge of the bunker. Good little battle with him and Rodarte. Mikey's going inside, dealing with Rodarte, and then going outside, looking to go forward.
Well, between Patient past the 50 here in the D side or Snake side, and then Brusselback on the D side, Impact having to get real small in their spots.
Well, and the impetus is on Infamous, right? They're down by 2 points. They've got to figure out how to shoot the guys out, and if they can't shoot the guys out of the key spots, then they have to start going forward and getting them out, right?
Well, and Infamous had problems with this yesterday. They had great spots and just kept dying out of those spots. So,
see, what needs to happen here is Callie needs to get into this snake. You can rip a bounce shot off the back center. Oh, Zach's shooting it right now. Or maybe it is Callie. Ripping the bounce shot off the back center into this mini wedge, and then they need to send Zach to go get Urena.
Well, Brusselback coming through with an attempted attack on that D side. He does shoot Dalton.
Here's with Dalton.
3-on-3.
And they shoot out Matt Derula, and here comes Zach Patient. And
nice move, Zach.
Patient's going to dice up Urena. No penalty assessed. Yeah, still one body left alive for Impact at the mini wall.
3-on-1, sorry. 3-on-1 Infamous advantage. Terrible position to be, unless you're Uprising, terrible position to gunfight down on bodies.
And it looks like Reeser is going to get tapped out, and the Afterburners are going to get hit as Rodarte is going to sprint in to preserve that time, and it's going to be a 1-point game with 3 minutes and 31 seconds left on this clock. Yeah, so we're getting some good games out here.
Heck yeah, man.
Only a few blowouts.
It's World Cup, baby.
Well,
something about World Cup. Everyone steps up and plays like 10% or 15% better. Like it's the energy, it's electricity, something.
Well, and also just it's getting really difficult in pro paintball. I say this every year because it's true. The parity in the league just gets better and better. And yeah, there's only a few teams that are winning tournaments, but as far as top teams missing Sundays and, you know, interesting stories of middle of the pack teams, there's just a lot of compelling narratives there. And it's really difficult to, you can't sleep on anyone in this pro league.
Yep. I think bringing in the other teams from the other leagues is kind of a testament to that.
Yeah.
Dynasty changing up a little bit. 2 back center. Arturo up the middle.
Archie Montemayor on the run up to the wedge again. Looks like Greenspan's going to launch after shooting off the break. So is Marcelo.
Penalty on Blast Camp. 3-on-5 advantage here for Dynasty.
Ooh.
Oh, but Dynasty's going to be losing Archie Montemayor from the middle. And here comes Blast Camp trying to attack that middle.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Harrison Fry. Good opportunity for him to come in and get a spin.
Yeah, I heard he looked pretty good in practice, but Arturo's been playing the snake very, very well.
Yeah.
So kind of tough to sit Arturo right now.
Well, even if they're both playing at the same level, one's half the size of the other one, right? So he's only going to get half as much.
I don't think that's exactly how it works.
No, that's physics.
Okay, all right. Well,
yeah. Glad we finally agree on something.
No, I'm not necessarily. He's
Harrison gets
way
around
bigger.
it. Harrison gets around snake 3. Soap must be pretty far pushed off of that, and I don't think they know that Harrison's there. See if Harrison can make this one shot. He gets one shot at this. They both missed their first shots. Soap reacts.
Good overwatch from Marcelo Margot.
Poor read there from Soap.
Looking good for Dynasty. Try to score 3 unanswered here. Still a lot. These points are going quick. There's still 8.5 minutes left.
Yeah. 4 or 5 on 1 here. Oh, 4 on 1, sorry. As Harrison Fry goes forward. 1 Blast Camp player left alive over there in D2. He shoots Ryan Greenspan. Ooh. So now it's a 4 on 1. 2 Dynasty on the D side, 2 on the snake side. Marcelo's trying to find the body.
Harrison's about to get a free kill.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Marcelo shoot him first.
Oh, wow. Marcelo taking the walk.
Yeah.
This last player left alive.
1 on 5 gets 2.
Yeah, it was Unger. Made it interesting. But Harrison Fry did have the snakes. Again, you don't have to win the point from the snake side, but you cannot lose the battle over there completely. Or what's going to happen is what Harrison Fry just did. Still, couple deaths that did not need to happen, though.
That's a good look for Dynasty, though, because now they know they can put Archie up the gut, put Harrison over here, and still produce.
Is there a major over there? No? Okay, there's a red flag. I didn't see that.
He's going to be jumping back into this one here. Infamous only down by 1 right now against Edmonton Impact.
It's like the JC Arena combo. Trevor Reeser, Zupa, and Brandon Cornell.
19 seconds.
No Silberg this time. Tim Busselbeck instead. No Zach Patient. Jam Rose instead.
Yeah, Nate, you're very familiar with this squad.
Yeah, last time I was up
just
here.
Played on this team.
Playing on Infamous, watching the Uprising game. Now I'm playing on Uprising, watching the Infamous game.
Weird how it works sometimes. So, looks like, they're going to be losing a body. Ryan Rodarte gets shot off the break, and here comes Brandon Cornell with an interesting run all the way up to the brick towards the D side. We haven't seen that brick utilized that much off the break. Yeah. It's typically the other brick, if somebody goes to it off the break, is a snake side brick.
So that's a great read because they know Ryan's going up the middle.
Yep.
They shot him going Dorito side up the middle the first couple points. Now he's been coming up from the snake side. So
gets the kill on Jonah.
Yep.
And the fact that he's been playing the Doritos so well, like, what else can we get away with, right? Like, hey, can you also do this for us? Just give us one more little tool there.
Well, yeah, I can guarantee you that Infamous did not foresee Brandon Cornell going to that brick.
No.
So that was a great play call by Dave Baines and Bart, coaching staff for Impact.
5-on-3 advantage here for Impact. They've got all the spots as Infamous sneaks into that top side Dorito. Brandon Cornell's back is wide open to that Infamous player if he can wrap. Joe Barrett back center for Infamous. Callie Rudolph, snake corner.
Oh my gosh. Urena is screaming at the top of his lungs trying to get Brandon Cornell's attention.
Yeah.
Brandon heard it, but he couldn't understand what he was saying and finally got stitched up.
He's like, why is Mikey yelling at me?
Yeah, what's going on over there?
Yeah, Brusselback, though, does get shot, and it's going to be a concession from, I'm guessing, Infamous, as they had, 2:24 left. It was a 4-on-2, 3-on-2. Wasn't look good for him.
It did not look good.
Infamous needs to shoot somebody off the break.
We're in the pits right now with Infamous. Let's listen in real quick.
He's doing the money.
20 seconds.
How much time?
Not much, Zach. 2:30. You can play a regular point. So about to jump in this next one here. San Diego Dynasty and Blast Camp. It's been, first it started out all Blast Camp, and now it's been all Dynasty.
Yeah.
Past 3.
Dynasty lost the first 2 breakouts. They won the second 2 breakouts. They just lost this breakout. 4-on-3 advantage for Blast Camp. Dynasty has to get bodies to spots alive.
Yeah, a little different look for Dynasty off the break than we saw yesterday.
Oh, 3-on-3 now as Blast Camp loses their first attacker D-side.
Yeah, I think that was Greenspan getting the kill over from the Dorito because Marcelo's shooting Snake Way and Sheer was moving. So good job by Ryan Greenspan to control that zone and even up the body count.
Blast Camp is making no effort to get outside of the pocket here, Matt, which kind of makes me question whether or not they understand this field.
Well, and they have no idea that Chris Sheer is just walking bunker to bunker to bunker with no pressure. No one's looking D-side. Now Jackson's got his gun this way, but Chris Sheer's on their side of the field. He literally went spot to spot to spot. No one was shooting at him, and he just kept going. Oh, but he gets picked up, though.
All right, 2-on-1 advantage here for Dynasty. Was 3-on-1, but Soap snaps out Chris Sheer.
Yeah, that was a nice kill by Soap to at least make this one interesting. He's still in a low body moment, but he just moved up to the next wedge. And I don't know if Marcelo and Marcelo's looking that way. And then here comes Greenspan. I mean, it's tough to win low body situations when you're dealing with Ryan Greenspan and Marcelo Morgat.
Yeah, I was like, you don't want to play that 2-person combo, especially when you're in the center of the field.
2 first bout Hall of Famers whenever they decide to stop playing. Dynasty has won 4 World Cups in a row. And they're able to finish it out. So Dynasty going to stack up another one here. 4 unanswered now for Dynasty. And still decent because these points are going faster still. 6:15 left. Greenspan's talking to the refs. Be careful, Ryan. Hopefully you're saying, hey, you guys are doing a great job. I know it's tough out here in the humidity. You guys are out here all day. If you need a case of waters or something, we got you. I'm guessing he's not saying that.
Lots of hand signals going on.
Lots of head shaking. Lots of disgust.
Well, Blast Camp has not conceded this point. I'm definitely concerned about margin. As yesterday, Blast Camp lost to Revo by, I believe, 2.
I've got Ryan in my ear right now. I can hear you saying, like, listen, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, but you're doing your job all wrong. This is what you need to be doing.
And then I started blasting.
I'm shooting the gap. The guy goes, right? The guy goes through the gap, and I'm already shooting it.
So Marcelo's had enough burning clock, and he's going to put up their 4th point. Dynasty also going to be very happy with burning some clock off because they're the ones with the lead. Typically, you want to blow the horn. But the reason the Blast Camp's doing that is because they did lose yesterday. Now that's going to be a -4, sorry. What play do you think Infamous is going to run right now, Nate, since you would be the one to ask in this situation?
Well, they got both Snake guys in, so one's definitely going to the corner.
They're down by 2.
And then
not a ton, 2.5 left.
We're going to see a slingshot into the Snake once they go corner. Rodarty's going to release straight at the middle, and I wouldn't be surprised if Sam Silberg runs around the Dorito corner straight up to the Hertz tower.
10 seconds.
Or farther, yeah. Once you get past that corner.
So Snake break with Jonah, Hertz tower. Do you think they're going to put? They got to push the middle.
3 at home, 2 outside.
Up the gut.
Yeah, 3 at home, 2 outside.
Yeah, Rodarte wedge. No, Patient. Okay,
oh, wow.
Ooh, interesting. So Patient cut from the wedge all the way to the South Electronics tower, and he gets clipped. So good zone control here from Impact.
Joe Barrett checking the 50 on the D side for Infamous. Mike Arena in the Snake for Impact looking inside.
I mean, they have to push the issue here.
Impact is in all the spots that they want to be right now.
And with Impact in that wing and that wedge, both just dumping blindly into the Snake, it doesn't allow the Snake guys to come around and snap you and gunfight with you because there's just too much pressure.
Yep.
Those guys are just nonstop feeding their guns with their hoppers, with their pods, dropping that pod, feeding their hopper again.
Infamous needs to get the call at this guy in the Dorito corner and start ripping the bounce off of that mini W.
Yeah, Barrett with a big fill outside and wide to try to get that outside containment.
He's gone.
Impact's just holding the zones, though,
Yeah.
perfectly.
5-on-2 advantage here for Impact.
Well, the thing about Infamous, too, is that now they got to be careful. This one looks like the ship has sailed, but give up this point, but just let the time run out then.
Yeah, just
you
don't
took
lose
a loss.
another point.
You took a loss yesterday. This is your second loss. You have to go 2-2 to have a chance.
Is their second game?
Yeah, Infamous?
Yeah, they didn't play 2 yesterday.
Dropped their first one to the Ironmen by 3, I believe. I need to double check that. 2-3, right around there.
Less than a minute. Looks like Infamous is just going to hold margin here. Impact's not looking to score another point. Oh, nobody told Jonah. I don't know if Jonah knows that center wing is hot.
Oh, they're going to get that kill.
Darty clocking in.
And they could score 1.
Oh, if Rodarte can get this last kill, time we got 21 seconds. There's 2 bodies left. There's still 2 over.
Oh, good snapshot on Zupa. Ryan Rodarte.
Ryan Rodarte with a nice little 2-pack. Hey, that's got to go on the list.
Yeah.
Still no one's as good as Caleb Abel's 3-pack. I don't know if you saw that, Nate. Still a beautiful job by Ryan Rodarte to make this a 1-point spread and try to keep Infamous's hopes alive here. He still comes off shaking his head in frustration because they didn't do it fast enough to try to keep themselves enough time to actually, tie. So where we sitting at 8 seconds? Hey, I don't even know if they're going to play that.
Caleb's 3-pack was that yesterday?
Yeah, so Caleb came out on the snake, was able to get a kill there, and ended up with a 3-pack, but it was super creative. No one saw him, and he was able to get up put a point up just at the perfect time. It was the most well-executed move I saw all day yesterday.
Against Blast Camp? Or?
Yeah, against Blast Camp.
Okay.
So 2-point spread here, Dynasty.
See if
4 unanswered.
Get their kill off the break like they did the first 2 points.
They've definitely been getting some kills off the break.
Yeah, 4 guns up.
And they get another one. One more penalty going to be assessed, and it's going to pull out Greenspan.
5-on-2 advantage here for Blast Camp.
Still 5:19 left in this one.
Another penalty. Yeah, so 5-on-0 as Dynasty gets 2 guys shot. They continue playing and get to pull a friend with them.
Well, ideal situation here for Blast Camp.
Yeah,
you need a quick one, right? You want to preserve as much time. You're still going to be down.
Yep.
Well executed. And some gifts, though. Some gifts from Blast Camp on that one.
Well, and what we're learning is middle-of-the-pack teams can compete against the top teams if they can beat them on the breakout, right? At least if they have a little 20% advantage, so it's, 5 against 4, it's a more of an even playing field, and those teams compete, and they really focus on winning those breakouts.
Yeah, the penalties help too.
Yeah,
almost
for
like
sure.
You don't want both though, because 5 minutes left, down by 2. We're down by 1 now, right?
Yep.
Well, and after it was a huge momentum swing, right?
Yeah.
So they go up by 2. Dynasty scores 4 in a row, and then momentum getting a little flat. We go to the pits. They look a little flatter than they did to start things out, and then now they have a quick one, and they need to be mentally focused. Let's see we're in the pits right now with Blast Camp. Big moment for them.
But then again, he's looking at me, John. He's looking at me. I'm saying, but you guys have to say.
I mean, every team's got a different vibe, but I would like somebody yelling like, "Hey, we can beat these guys."
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, we're only down 1. We got 5 minutes. Let's make this work.
Let's fight.
Because if you can beat Dynasty, you can beat anybody. And they only played 1 yesterday, I think, and they lost that one. So if they get a win here, they're still in this tournament.
Does he usually call the plays? Jesse Morales?
I think it's him and Iannucci working together.
But is Big John here?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay.
Yeah, he told me yesterday that he almost killed one of the guys. He's like, the closest I've ever been to killing somebody as a coach.
So he just hospitalized him?
And I was like, let me know, bro.
Yeah, so only paralyzed and hospitalized?
But not medically dead.
Oh, okay.
Impact breaking up from the blue side.
So they are
Infamous
play
from the red.
Point.
Yeah. Everyone's going out with no pods, just going to shoot their hoppers. Infamous is going to have to blaze right through the center of this field and hope that they shoot 2 guys and one of them cheats.
And just hope for no penalties here. You know, it's because even with Infamous, like, yeah, maybe we have seen 7-second points or a 7-second point. Can Infamous do it? They staggered attack with 3 up the gut and 2 on the outsides, and it looks like Jonah's going to get cut in half. Rodarte almost makes it through. Silberg was the 3rd body to go up the middle, but as time expires, Impact holds the line and takes another 1-point victory, this time away from Infamous. Yesterday, 1-point victory in overtime against the ML Kings, so Impact is still undefeated here, but they've been through some tough battles.
That was awesome. We should do that every match.
Right? I would just, if every game was the way that Impact's been playing their game so far, oh man, paintball would be a lot more popular.
I mean the 8-second points.
Oh, like that?
Yeah,
sure.
The car crash.
Yeah, you should get like 4 10-second points, 5 X amount of second point. You got to play within those parameters.
No, you do a format where you only have 30 seconds to score the point, and if no point is scored, then it resets, and then highest score out of 10 engagements ends up winning the game.
Or the less.
Once again, we've revolutionized the industry.
More points you get.
I mean, I'd pay to watch that.
Yeah.
How much would you pay?
I mean, $300 or $400
right,
probably.
Well, give me that money. I'm gonna get this together. Dynasty breaking out from the blue. Blast Camp breaking out from the red. Only a 1-point game here. Not a lot of time left.
5 minutes.
Yeah, if Blast Camp can win this breakout and then play a long, slow point, go into a tie, they got a chance.
On the breakout, doubling up that back center, both squads. Blast Camp makes it out wide to the D side. Running referee coming to check him out as Arturo Andrade for Dynasty makes it into Snake 2. And Blast Camp does drop that body. Referee coming out, checking out the back players for Blast Camp to get out of that spot and get up to the Aztec in the middle, shading towards the D side.
5-on-2 advantage for Dynasty.
Chris Shears.
Fries.
5-on-4?
5-on-4. Harrison, Fry moved up the center. Dynasty with 3 across the back. Snake 2 in the Hertz bunker.
CRI in the sky here with a better crossfield spread, the outside containment on the D side for San Diego Dynasty. Trying to preserve this lead and hopefully burn a little time off.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they're trying to do, Matt. They got the kind of key positions, that Dorito 3, that Snake 3. Now 2 guys out of home filling into the Snake insert and the Snake 1. Those are the 5 spots you want to be in. Ooh. It's going to be very challenging for Blast Camp to go through the zone if they can't get a couple kills first.
Yeah. Playing is smart, though. All of them are talking, trying to figure out where the bodies are. They know they got to come, but they know they got 4 minutes to do it.
Oh. Looks like Archie going to get out behind Arturo. Pop the top at Snake 1, not feeling any pressure. Yeah, and Dynasty took some good ground and is playing smart right now. Blast Camp with a nice fill out, back corner bunker to mirror up that move from Archie here at Snake side.
Ooh, Ryan almost gets caught from the inside Snake. Ryan likes to play a little bit loose and deep off of that wedge, so every once in a while he gets caught by the Snake, either inside or outside wrapping, putting some pain across the field on him. La Papa going forward into Snake 4 for Blast Camp. A little bit more penetration than Dynasty has. Artaro's kind of looking to go forward, but backing up. Frey switches his gun from Snake side to D side from that center wing.
Shears on their side of the field right now.
Under 3 minutes to go and only a 1-point spread. So, yeah, the focus is there for Blast Camp to eventually have to push into these guns, but they have a decent amount of time to work with. Sure, 2:40, but you could go another minute before you really have to start pushing the issue. Oh, and they get a kill on Chris Shear. Uncharacteristic death out of his spot for Chris Shear.
But right before that, Arturo had crawled back and is now in Snake 1 or the insert there. Now they're even better defensive positions. Now it's even harder to go get Dynasty, even though we lost Chris. There's no one up there for La Papa to get off the Snake.
Yeah, and when La Papa gets up there, sure, he'll eventually have a shot on Ryan, but there's no one on that D side to try to shoot anymore. He's going to have to spend some time and burn clock to look there and make sure that those bodies are that side is clear.
Yeah, and he's at best at a 50-50 gunfight in that position with Ryan, right? If he doesn't catch Ryan with his first shot and Ryan knows where he's at, then you're in a 50-50 gunfight with someone in a better position.
And Ryan's not going to give him much. You know, no. Ryan's not going to sit there and get in a 50-50 gunfight with you when they're up a point and they're under 2 minutes to go.
And he's not going to dump the gap so you know exactly where to follow that line back into, right? He's just going to sit there and kind of assume the worst-case scenario, post up on that worst-case scenario. If La Papa pops up in their Snake, Ryan's going to get the kill. Andre going forward now from Snake 1 to Snake 2.
Yeah,
Knows he's got La Papa in front of him.
Yeah, Artie's thinking about crawling up into Snake 3 again. Oh, La Papa tried to come all the way around, and he does get the kill in Arturo, so a mistake here from Dynasty.
But that was huge. He puts Archie in, then wraps. That's really outstanding play there from La Papa.
And La Papa looks really good sometimes, man. I mean,
so confident.
He's getting good.
Yeah.
They need to pinch out Archie out of his corner now.
Yeah.
He needs to get on the tape.
Blastcamp has pulled this game back. They were down a body.
Yeah, he needs to take a little bit more ground. He's going to have a much better angle on Archie from that D side.
You can shoot him from there.
No, I know, but it gets better, right?
Right.
It gets less survivable.
Yeah, it gets harder to live there for sure.
And they're under a minute. I mean, if he's going to be there, I'm down with him shooting that. He is shooting that spot.
4-on-3 advantage here for Blastcamp. Can they put it together? Dynasty with 2 Snake side, Ryan Greenspan on the D side. All Dynasty players are crossed up. Archie's on the wrap on the tape. Blastcamp has to put it together. They got to either get Archie out of this corner or Ryan out of that wing. Oh, Soap takes a hard bounce going into the center wedge there. Fry's going to wrap and look to put pressure on Ryan.
Jackson's in a spot right now at the South Electronics Tower. And the Papa's going to, but the Papa goes right into a gun. They're going to be losing Marcelo, though, so just 2 bodies left alive. Another body coming off, 2 more. Oh, my God. Archie Montemayor stepping up from that back corner bunker, wrapping around and chalking up kills.
And that's it.
Left alive. There's still one more body. Yeah, one more body here in the Snake, but that is going to do it here. There's just 10 seconds left. Now I was going to say the question is, can Dynasty go down and get another point? They're not going to do it. Archie's going to try. He knows where this body is. He's going to try to run the highway. Does he get him clean? He does, and just needed about maybe 2 or 3 more seconds as he's got some wheels. Doesn't matter, though. Dynasty solidifies their 2nd win in their 2nd game. They have to play the Tauntauns next around 11 a.m. here Eastern time. So that is going to do it. Congratulations.
Match.
Yeah, man, we've had some really good battles out here. First set was 2 overtime matches, a real close game between Impact and Infamous, and then a 1-point match here with Dynasty and Blastcamp. Nate, thank you so much. You guys look absolutely, you're looking really good right now. Definitely got a chance to move on to Sunday for Uprising. And next up is going to be X Factor taking on Houston Heat and Red Legion and Scout. First time here at the World Cup, we're going to see those top 4 teams with the bye into the top 8 playing some seeding games. So stick with us here, 2024 Major League Paintball World Cup. Be right back.
The game of paintball is a fast-paced, high-intensity sport. But at its heart, the concept is simple. Shoot your opponents before you get shot, and then march down the field to victory. In the Major League Paintball Pro format, each team fields 5 players at a time. They have a buzzer on their side to protect. Hit the opponent's buzzer, win the point. En route to the buzzer, both teams will be locked in gunfights, utilizing diverse strategies while moving up a field full of bunkers, fighting to get into critical positions. And these strategies could change given the score and the time left on the clock. There's 15 minutes in regulation, and the highest point total wins the game. If there is a tie, then a 5-minute overtime period will be played. This is chess with guns, with no quarter given and no quarter requested. Welcome to Major League Paintball. The NXL World Cup, the biggest and most important event in the paintball world, and by far the hardest to win. 24 pro teams will take over the main stage and battle over 4 difficult days, but only one squad will earn the right to call themselves world champs. They win here, and your team becomes a legend forever.
Fire San Diego Dynasty exploding in celebration here, and big hugs. It's got to be Marcelo Margot, who's going to be getting that Golden Barrel MVP performance.
The stage is set for the most treacherous test of the year. New heroes could arise and favorites could fall, as the best paintball teams in the world throw down in Orlando, Florida to see who will reign as the NXL World Cup champion.
Brent is the one that selects everybody that he wants to have show up here at the NXL to represent himself, Air Assault Factory, and Carbon Paintball. We've got an assortment of guys now, kind of a rebuild from our semi-pro days. A pretty aggressive team. We usually identify